Boom. Alright, so we're back. Last time on Deadlands, you guys were on top of a cliff. Shenanigans happened. Solomon Creed almost died. The whole group was teleported around, across the bridge, but, I mean, I'll let the posse kind of, recount their experiences because all of you wake up in your stagecoach. You all are comfortably just relaxed in your bedrolls there. Everyone comes to consciousness within the safety of the stagecoach, which is suspiciously air-conditioned, even though air conditioning isn't a thing in this time period. But yeah, you guys all come to consciousness, and I do mean all of you. The story continues.
Our story begins. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think good old what is my name again? Apparently
Victor.
I'm forgetting. My brain is not functioning.
Victor Caldwell.
Victor wakes up, although groggy, because he had a little bit more than what he usually gets for drinks.
Oh, you know
and
what?
goes to make breakfast.
Before you do that, go ahead and roll me a d20.
A D20.
Uh-huh. Let's see how hungover you are today. Because, yeah, you were living it up. Victor was drinking quite a bit. Oh. Alright, well, lucky for you, you rolled pretty high. So yeah, you have a hangover, but it's nothing you haven't had before. It's nothing a good, strong cup of coffee won't fix.
Yeah. I do all the fixins. I get
Yep.
bacon, eggs, coffee, bread. Everything started being made.
Okay. You guys are not in a survival situation for the mechanic to kick in, but if you guys could all please note down that you have eaten breakfast. If you all decide to eat breakfast, please do so, just in case you find yourselves out on the trail later today. Everyone else? Come to consciousness and you awake to the smell of breakfast being made. What do you do?
Stella gets up and she's like, "Ooh, I think I've been asleep for a whole week." And she starts stretching out. And she's gonna join her teacher she totally follows for breakfast and not go somewhere else to eat.
No buffet today?
Creed wakes up.
Cold, dead stare. Just watches Stella. Just like,
Yeah.
glad you decided to finally join us for breakfast.
He walks into the pantry and grabs the time-appropriate version of a granola bar and then leaves.
Okay.
Fucking
A stick of
damn
fruit.
you.
Does Solomon actually do that?
No.
Okay.
He smells the breakfast and he's waiting patiently.
Yeah.
Do you need me to do a roll for survival to see how good this breakfast is?
Yeah, fuck it, do it.
Oh no! Oh no! This is the first
Okay.
negative.
How does it smell to us?
Oh
Snake
no!
It's,
not a breakfast.
The one
snake.
time
the-
we joined this guy, am I right?
The hangover is not
Uh,
doing him any favors, and I mean, it smells like breakfast. You can smell like cooking meat. You can smell, like cooking beans. You all are very familiar with the smell of things being cooked. But yeah, well, things are definitely being cooked, and it comes out, and it's some of it is. It's like a hot pocket, like what items were you actually cooking up exactly?
bacon, eggs,
Bacon, eggs,
maybe like toast,
toast.
and then coffee.
Okay, bacon, eggs, toast, coffee, good. Okay, so, yeah, he pours the coffee for everybody, gets out, 4 mugs and pours it, and everything appears to be normal. I mean, besides the bacon is really, really floppy. The eggs are really rubbery. And the toast is burnt. But other than that, you guys are all served your breakfast. Do you choose to eat it?
Creed scarfs it down.
Okay. That's for Creed. Who else wants to eat breakfast?
I think Stella might not eat the burnt toast. Like, take a bite out of it and go, ooh. And she'll probably eat the rest, though.
Okay.
Not
That's
a
for
fan
Stella?
of burnt toast.
Julian finally gets out of bed. He thought he smells fish for a second. He was like, am I at the beach or back at the brothel? And he's like, okay. So
Well,
he
now
joins
don't you
everyone.
do it.
And he's not very picky. He sees food, he just eats it.
Okay. That's for Julian. Alright, and then Victor, do you eat your own breakfast that you made?
I think knowing that, well, actually, I feel like in his circumstance, he looks at the food and is just like, "What? It looks fine to me," and then he starts eating it.
Okay.
Yeah, so he'll start eating it.
Okay. Here's the number to beat. Alright, so, all of you suffer food poisoning for the day. The bacon was not cooked through enough. The eggs do not sit well in your stomach. And the burnt toast, the aftertaste of it is disgusting. It's, really not good.
Oh, glad I didn't eat that
unfortunately.
toast.
All of you will suffer -1 to vigor rolls for this session, except for Julian. His brothel roll cancels that. Because he had a +1 to vigor rolls for the day, and that carried over to today. So, Julian, you kind of like, you feel it coming on, you're like, oh, you feel like vomit kind of coming up in your throat, you push it down, you're like, nope, spitters are quitters, so I'm no quitter.
Spitters are quitters!
And yeah, Julian, you are able to shrug off the effects of the food poisoning, but unfortunately, Solomon Creed, Victor Caldwell, Stella Wolf, you all suffer -1 vigor rolls for the rest of today's session.
Damn you!
Good breakfast.
Well, I do believe this is why I would normally go to the buffet.
Yeah, I think I should have gotten out.
Sorry. It's probably because I had a rough day yesterday. I'll try to do better next time. I apologize.
Creed goes in here and shuts the curtain. You just hear sounds of barfing.
I might need to use that here in a second.
As the boys are talking, Stella, the only thing you can remember was you guys getting to the there was like an old lady that you guys were shooting at. That's the last thing you remember.
This movie must have really fucked me up. God, I can't remember a thing.
She doesn't remember killing her?
Or killing her.
Killing
yeah.
a
I think it was the
woman.
last thing that happened was you guys killed her in the end of the session.
Yeah.
Because you remember killing the old woman.
No,
But
the last thing that happened in that session was
you guys
Julian
trapped?
had left and come back, and we were just starting to try to get across, and then we all went to sleep.
Okay. So yeah, that is the last thing you remember, Stella. Like, the last time you went to sleep, you were in some old lady's house.
Man, how'd I get here? What the fuck? Must have got like bridal cut carried over, is what she's thinking. Actually,
Yes,
this food's
we-
just really fucking her up.
Yes, we literally carried you because you were just passed out.
Well, I had that cliff that really scared me, and then I had to eat more of your cooking. It
Well,
overtook me.
you may not remember, but Victor killed an old woman.
Okay.
Oh. I know, like a normal one, or like.
There was enough evidence to provide that she was the cause of the issues that were happening with the music box. So I don't want to hear it from you, sir.
Oh, right, the MILF hag.
Oh yeah, that lady, yeah. Then we all got stuck on that thing above a ridge. Yeah. She starts stroking her chin. Trying to remember. Trying not to throw up.
Yeah, Victor's also trying to not heave and then fails and goes into the bathroom and starts to heave.
I bet that bathroom smells real good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys tell Stella anything else?
No.
Okay. What do you guys do next? The day is
Just
yours. It's
barfing.
morning. Yep.
Just barfing coming from the bathroom.
The birds are
before
tweeting. The horses
Victor
are
comes
running
back.
outside. There's barfing happening. It's a beautiful day. Brand new morning.
I believe we need to go back and convince the owners to destroy the music box. Lest anyone else would succumb to the dark spirits that haunt.
How do we know that the music box is still cursed?
Would you
We should
like to
probably
go
go find
listen
out.
to it and find out?
We should probably go find out first before we tell them to go destroy the music box.
Probably best not to take any chances. And we could probably just wave your badge at them and say it's government business, right? And take it off their hands.
I mean, they probably want money for it if they want us to, or I can't talk. They probably want money off of us if they aren't willing to part with it.
I mean, that's what the badge is for, right? If it's part of an investigation, which it is, I mean, we don't have to pay shit. We're doing them a favor.
That's not how this works all the time. You realize that, right?
I thought you politicians could do whatever you want. What do you mean?
We don't do whatever we want. We do things within reason.
Fine.
But yes, I agree. We should go check on the family or the two collectors and see if the music box is either taken care of or if we need to take care of it ourselves.
Okay, is that what you guys go do?
Stella shoots a thumbs up.
Then yeah, I guess we're gonna go do that.
All right. Do that you shall. So you guys all exit the carriage. You feel that very familiar woomph feeling as you're leaving. As you guys are all spat back out into Lubbock proper. Still morning. It's kind of there's a nice breeze going by, but you can tell it's gonna get warm today. People are bustling around. They're getting started with their day. You guys head to the inn.
No, I thought we were going to the family.
Well, they work at the inn.
Collector.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they were at the inn.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
right.
work here. You have two choices. They work here. They live here.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I guess we'll go to the work.
To the work.
Okay. Everyone move your tokens over to the New Moon Inn. I pull something up. Okay, is everyone set?
We're missing a Julian.
Oh shit. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so you guys enter the New Moon Inn. It's just normal bustling. There's a couple of people that have come down from their rooms now. A couple people still that look like they're getting ready to pack up and get back out on the trail for the day. And yeah, there you do see the man. You see Marty Vitiligo there behind the counter. And he as soon as he sees you four walk in, he is immediately like, you can see his face brighten up, and he beckons you closer to the counter.
I head over towards him.
Okay, anyone else? Or just Victor?
I'll head over too.
Okay, Victor, Stella. Anyone else? Solomon, Julian, what are you guys doing?
Just kind of standing around waiting.
Okay. Solomon's off to the side. Julian?
Yeah, I think I'll just stick by Solomon around the lobby or something.
Okay. Alright, so Victor and Stella, you guys approach Marty, and he is brimming. He is, you can see that there's, under his mustache, he's smiling. As a reminder, here is what he looks like.
She's pointing a gun at us again.
He doesn't actually have a gun. So he's smiling, and he goes, "Oh, I'm so happy to see y'all. Here, come," and he motions to Stella and Victor, and motions them to come into the back room, like where the bathing area is.
A little weird, but okay. But Victor nods and follows after him.
Stella?
Oh, my mic is muted. She'll just follow behind Victor.
Okay. So you guys follow behind. Julian and Solomon, you guys see your two friends disappear into the back with the owner. And the door clicks closed behind them as you guys are now standing in the bathing room of the New Moon Inn. Marty, his voice is dropped down to a whisper, and he kind of looks around, even though you guys are alone. What? Not long after y'all left, and I saw your friend there. What's his name? The fellow with the monocle.
Oh.
You mean Solomon?
Yeah, yes, Solomon.
Father Solomon?
Yep. When we saw him running out, we thought that'd be the last time we'd see him. I kind of wish he went back here, but suddenly, while y'all were gone, the music box stopped playing its tune. Sort of. So you notice there's a crate that was not there before. Actually, were either of you in the bathhouse the other day when you guys were here?
I think the only one that was in the bathhouse was Solomon Creed.
Okay.
Like, in the bathhouse.
Yeah. Looking around, you see a very, modestly furnished bathing room. There's a big copper-lined tub, different things, privacy screen, towels, various bars of soap, and different things, scrubbing brushes of all sorts of calibers, and, but there's a crate sitting there. A crate that looks a little out of place, like it doesn't exactly match the decor inside the bathing room. So he takes you over to the crate and he opens up the crate, and inside you see the music box, just the same one that you saw in their home, but it's silent. Like before, you could hear a very low tune coming from the music box at all times, but now it is silent. He picks it up and he holds it, and he kind of turns it around in his hand before looking to the two of you. I don't know what y'all did, but it's still functional, but different. So he kind of clicks it open, and for a moment you two hesitate, because opening that thing and hearing its tune, like what it did to Solomon. But it begins to play a really soft, gentle little tune. It doesn't sound loud like it used to be. It just sounds like a normal music box. And you feel nothing. You hear it, and it sounds pleasant. It's just a functioning trinket now. And he closes the box again with a reassured click. And he kind of pats down his pockets. The reward. I take it y'all still want the reward money? He looks to the two of you.
Stella's gonna look to
Hi.
her advisor. She would like the money, but you know.
From what I recall, it seemed like you hired some other help in the form of the brother clan or the brother
Mhm.
group gang.
Yeah, they didn't stick around town too long. They once they got here, there was a whole lot of screaming and shouting in the street, and then they rode off again. I don't get it, but they didn't want the money, so if y'all want it, it's yours.
They didn't collect the money.
No, sir. As soon as they got to town, there was some kind of ruckus, and then off they went. And they just left the money.
That's odd. They seemed very excited about getting the money when we last spoke to them.
He offers you a shrug, and he hands you $75, and if you want to take it, it's sitting in his hand.
You
I
hear
think-
Julian screaming from the other room, "Take the goddamn money!"
You're not there.
Victor, knowing, well, You know what? Victor gives a little nod and takes the money
Okay.
and pockets it for now to split later. Well,
One second.
we're just glad that we took care of the curse. And is it okay if I have my compatriot, Mr. Father Creed, take a look at it first before?
Of course, if it's for sale, now that it's apparently safe, whatever y'all did, fixed it.
I just have a reason to believe that Mr. Solomon Creed would prefer to look at it really quick first before we release it to make sure that, it's still safe, as it were.
Of course, bring him back here. I don't want to be showing this in front of the other patrons.
Victor looks to Stella and tells her to grab him.
Okay, Stella's gonna she's just gonna walk out. No jogging. She's gonna walk out.
Rolls
and
out.
SWAT rolls out of this inn. And she motions with her hand like you would in the SWAT team with like straight hand.
Uh-huh.
Room. She does that. Oh yeah, she's motioning with her hand like you would a SWAT agent to go into a room.
That happens.
Victor looks to the guy and says, I didn't teach her that. That's why I didn't teach her that.
He lifts his hands in the air and shrugs. He makes he looks away awkwardly. Solomon, Julian, you guys see Stella rolling out and doing SWAT motions with her hands?
Hand
What are you doing?
signals.
Luckily, I am fluent in stellar weapons and tactics.
Nice.
So yeah, he just goes back to see what she wants.
Okay. Julian, do you go as well or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now the whole posse is here in the bathroom with Marty Vitiligo. And you guys, so now immediately, Solomon, Julian, you guys see that he is holding this music box and has one hand on the lid, one hand under it, as if he's getting ready to open it.
Do I see anything that could smash a box in this room?
Oh, plenty. There's even big brushes, they're long handles and stuff. They're weighty. It's not a spoon, right? It's a pretty weighty stuff. And all sorts of other just random crap. That's, whatever you would assume to be in a bathroom is in here.
Okay, continue.
So he's looking to you, and he dips his head down, and his hat, he dips to you, Solomon. I'm very happy to see you're alive. I cannot explain how sorry I am. But we did warn y'all before. We showed you the box. That's something the deputies told us to do. It's why I can't just be flashing this around in town. It's you understand. I am terribly sorry.
Victor looks to Solomon Creed carefully.
Marty's also looking at Solomon Green.
He's looking at both of them.
Marty is waiting for a response.
He's
Victor
not gonna
looks
get
to
one.
Okay.
Victor looks to him and says, "I was giving you the courtesy to look at it carefully before
Marty's still holding the box.
to give it your approval, as it were, since you seem adamant in checking out anything that's mysterious, as it were."
You like mysterious things? And he looks to Solomon. One eyebrow
He's still
raised.
just staring at the box. He's not even paying attention to anything anybody is saying.
Hello? Marty moves the box to behind his back, so he's holding it with one hand. And now the box is behind him.
You think he's a toddler?
Well, yeah, he's like...
Where'd it go?
Oh, he's trying to get his attention. He has now put the box behind his back so that the line of sight, he is in direct line of sight. And the box is not.
Was it Marty, Mr. Moonman? Listen, I think we should get that thing off your hands, actually.
It's for sale, if you'd like it.
I don't think you should sell that thing to anyone. There's no, as far as I'm concerned, there's no guarantee that it won't become a problem again. We should probably put it away somewhere safe or destroy it. Sorry to tell you, Marty.
Well,
We'll give you back your reward if that would help.
you can give me the reward and then $15 additional if you'd like to buy it off me. It's $100.
Boy, what the hell? We're doing
Wait,
you a
wait.
favor.
Hold on.
I'm a collector
Aw.
and I sell things like this.
Excuse me, Mr. Vitiligo. And I pulled Victor aside. Oh, what kind of reward did he give you?
He gave me $75.
All right, his math is off. Take the deal.
Wait, is it... Wait, am I stupid?
Taking the deal. We're taking the deal. No kidding.
He did say it's $100.
Yeah, but you said the reward plus 15. He made the deal.
It's $100.
So you mean 25? Extra
Yes,
25.
25.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, we rewind and none of that happened then. I'm
Okay.
just gonna...
Okay.
Okay.
Victor
math's
gives
so
back.
good.
Victor gives back the 75 and then gives an additional 25 for the payment. So 25 minus 70, that is 45. 145, right? Is my math right?
Don't ask me. Obviously, my math is off today.
What was the question? I wasn't listening.
170 minus 25. Because it's basically if I was doing
it's 45.
75 yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Then yeah, I give him the extra 25 on top of the 25.
Okay. He happily reveals the box from his back and hands it over to you, Victor. Thank you very much for everything. For absolutely everything.
Of course.
Victor,
Is there anything else I
Getting
can do
ripped
for,
off,
for
man.
y'all?
Shh.
Ripped off? Excuse you. Coming into my place of work.
Victor just looks to Julian and says, "Did you really have to say that in front of him?"
I'm
we're
standing
trying to
right
help the
here.
man. And he's taking your money.
Oh, if
on
I
now, Mr.
may, Mr. Vitibejo.
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo, sorry.
Vitiligo. It's not
Um,
pronounced like the skin condition.
Let us remember that you did almost cause my untimely demise, so I would suggest you refrain from any harsh words that you may be thinking at this time.
Y'all were warned. Straight and true. And might I remind you, you all are in my inn. And I think our business
Yes,
here
but
is
we are
complete.
all in the kingdom of our Lord.
Oh, good heavens.
Indeed, heaven is good, I agree.
All right, is there any other pieces of business you wish to conduct here today in my inn?
No, we will take our leave. I apologize for any obtrusiveness my compatriots have caused. And he actively shuffles all of his people, except for Stella, because Stella hasn't done anything wrong. But he
Ooh.
starts shuffling everybody out actively.
Okay.
As Julian is getting pushed out, he says, "You keep saying it's your inn. I've been here. It's not that good. 2 stars at most."
Julian, I would.
As Creed is getting shoved out the door, there's a stack of towels. He unfolds one of them halfway and then walks away.
They're disgruntled gasp. My towels.
My towel!
My beautiful towels. Alright, so do you
yes,
guys
everyone
exit the
is
New
just
Moon
being
Inn?
shoved outside of the fucking New Moon Inn,
Okay.
except for Stella.
You all
Stella
are being
can just
forcibly
follow.
shoved outside the New Moon Inn by Victor. Alright, you guys are out in the street. What do you do now?
He looks at the music box that he just purchased, and he looks to Solomon for a second, and then he looks at the music box again and he puts it in his pouch.
That's all you do to it?
That's all I do.
Okay. Alright, you now be sure to write down, either, write it down on your character sheet that you now have a music box.
Oh,
I'm just gonna write it in my
best
notes.
Music
Put
box.
that thing far away from me if you wish to keep it.
I could put it in my lab, if you guys would prefer that. Nobody goes there. I mean, it's mine.
I am gonna keep it for my purposes for letting my my agency know. He says that quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And we will keep, or no, he says, and we will try to keep our heads cool. And he looks to Julian and Solomon, and try not to cause any more trouble.
Well, I do believe the only one who has gotten worked up or yelled at any point during our stay here in Lubbock has been you, Victor. So let's keep your head cool. I agree.
You know how many brothel visits we could have done without money or weapons? There's a whole lot of weapons we could buy. You paying to save his life. Does your agency cover that?
I'd rather just give him back the money and just be on our way right now, because he already apologized for nearly killing Solomon Creed, and we took care of the business. That's all that needs to be done. I'd rather
Right.
not have somebody in this town hate us already.
Well, you see, they hate us because they ain't us.
Oh my god.
Should we maybe go and see the sheriff? I did tell him I'd keep him updated about any weird stuff going on. I would say this is pretty weird.
Oh, while you all do that, I need to make way to the church, because I did promise the town of Dunmore a doctor, and they were going to send the woman from the church there. So I do need to check in on that business.
Then me and Julian will go check on the sheriff, perhaps? Unless
I'll
Stella
come
wants to come with.
along. Yeah, she'll tag along.
Okay, beautiful. Everyone move your tokens to wherever your character's gonna be.
So I guess we're going to the law district?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll start at the Old Dawn Church then. Just because, I think that interaction might be a little, less intensive.
Say that
Alright.
again.
So, let's see. Alright, so yeah, Solomon, as you walk through the... You know what, Solomon, do me a notice roll as you're walking through the streets of Lubbock.
Oh shit, I didn't even open up my character sheet yet.
It's not like I told you guys to do that twice. And check your bennies, make sure they're reset.
You know, you
Uh-huh.
did say that,
Mm-hmm.
but I just knew what it needed to be, so I hadn't done it.
Okay.
Hmm.
So do me notice roll. Alright. Easily, you notice that the people in Lubbock, about 10% or so of people, so, as you're walking around, you notice they're real tired. They keep yawning. It is morning still. Your business concluded pretty quick at the New Moon Inn. But some people are even asleep, like leaned up against buildings, sitting on the ground, sitting on various logs or rocks, and just kind of dozing. And as you enter the Old Dawn Church, you even notice there in a pew nearby, to your left, there is a patron who is asleep in the pew. And you see at the very end, at the altar, stands a familiar man. You see Father Krem there. And as soon as he locks eyes with you, he immediately, he bows his head in a very gracious welcome, and he opens his arms, gesturing you into the church.
Well, if it isn't the creme de la creme.
That was good. He smiles and Father Creed. Lovely to see you, Father. How you doing?
Oh, I have seen better days, but I've also seen worse. How are you on this fine morning?
Oh, fine. We already miss, that woman, the nun that had a great name, and I cared for her deeply.
Yeah,
Who,
Sister Bertha better than you.
Yeah, whatever her name was it Bertha? I think.
Sister Bertha better than you, yes.
I don't think that was the
I don't
name.
think. I think it was. Started with an M or something. It was a made-up
Yeah.
sort of
Sister
name.
Monica.
Monica,
Sister
that's the
Monica.
one. The made-up name that don't exist, right?
Oh.
We're missing Sister Monica dreadfully, but.
So she has already gone off to Dunmore, is what you
Yes.
are trying to say. Have you
Yes,
received
yesterday.
word that she has made it there?
No, not yet. They
Okay.
just went off. Her and a group of 4 deputies went off. So the 5 of them are
Okay.
riding off towards Dunmore. Yesterday. They sent out sort of in the afternoon. It was a late start to the day, but they assured us that she'd be safe.
When did you say they left once again?
Yesterday, in the afternoon.
Yesterday, okay. Yeah, all my troubles seem so far away.
Give yourself a penny.
So far away, so far away.
Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe she left yesterday. Okay.
Now he's
Oh,
just
so-
milking it.
So anyways,
Uh-huh.
that's all I needed.
Of course, if there's anything else you need, please do not hesitate to ask, Father Creed.
I don't know why I would ask Father Creed, but I will
No.
do well to remember that.
What? All right. He looks a little, kind of blinks for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So now you guys, you all walk up, and all 3 of you do me a notice roll.
Oh,
While they're
boy.
talking, I will slowly make my way to where they are,
Okay.
and you just let me know when I make it there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, fuck. Where's my character sheet? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna use 1 Benny to re-roll that,
Okay.
potentially. Oh, oops.
Okay, Victor is Bennying. Okay.
Okay,
Stella,
that's
you
my,
wanna
I guess
re-roll?
I'll keep.
Stella?
Oh, my mic keeps muting. Okay. I'm rolling.
Roll that notice. Roll that notice.
Yes.
Okay. If anyone else wants to Benny, speak now or forever hold your bennies.
Keeping it.
All right. Okay, so you boys, you walk on, and you both are kind of taken with the thoughts of everything that happened at the New Moon Inn. It's Julian, trying to reason with what happened in there, and Victor, you kind of like absentmindedly fiddle with the music box now in your pocket. But Stella, you notice around you that there's people that are asleep. One guy is asleep, like, on his side in the middle of the road. Other people are just walking around him. It's like New York, where there's like a homeless man and people are just kind of walking around him. But yeah, he is asleep. Full on sawn logs, and people are walking around him as you all make your way to the law district. The boys do not notice this. They do just like everyone else does and walk right around him.
Stella's gonna like raise an eyebrow. She's like, okay. I thought people couldn't sleep in this town, and now they can. She's gonna like poke Victor on the back, and she's gonna be like, you just like walked. That was kind of rude. What you just did. You just kind of walked over that man who was sleeping.
Oh,
Like, yeah, that was pretty rude.
apologize. Maybe I was too distracted by what happened with
Oh,
at the
no.
New Moon Inn. And he gives a death glare towards Julian for a second, and then he's like, "What's up, Stella?"
I mean, it's alright. I was just telling you, like, that man right there. Actually, a good few people over here. They're all like sleeping, and you just walked over. I mean, everyone's doing it. Actually, it's kind of rude. It's like stop and say, is she near one right now?
Do I notice the man that's on the floor or in the middle of the street?
Oh yeah, now that she brought it to your attention, yes. And yeah, Stella, you're standing right next to the guy who's sawing logs.
I'm going. He's sawing logs.
Oh, he's snoring.
All right. My bad. Oh.
Not literally sawing logs.
Oh my god, this guy's crazy.
Sawing logs in his sleep.
Oh my, how am I gonna deal with this? She's gonna like lightly like toe the guy.
That's
with her boot.
Victor just does this. Well, oh, you do. Go ahead. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, she's just towing the guy. Like, she's gonna wake up.
When you prod him a little bit, he still like snores and kind of like his spit catches in his throat. What are you doing? And he just sort of he blinks and he looks up at you from the dirt.
Hey! She waves both hands.
Who are you?
Good morning to ya.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Give yourself a penny for the good morning to you. What?
I don't know what she's just saying that. She's like,
What the hell? He looks around for a minute.
Victor looks to the guy as well, just like, do you realize while you're sleeping, sir?
I shouldn't be sleeping in the dirt here in the middle of the street. And he sort of looks around and he gets up to his feet. He wobbles a little and like dusts off his ass and his pants, and he's just trying to straighten himself out. And thanks for waking me up. He just kind of rubs the sleep out of his eyes, but getting a closer look at him, he looks awful. Like, he has really bad bags under his eyes. His eyes are bloodshot. Already his lids are half drooped. And he is leaned forward slightly. I reckon I better get home.
You need help getting home? Are you gonna pass out again?
No.
Alright, yeah.
Thank you, little miss. I just live over there, and he...
Oh, you know, she like waves a hand.
He, like, throws a thumb back towards the direction of Sue's brothel, but not at the building.
Alright. That's a place to sleep.
Wait, hold on.
Sleep.
He looks to Julian when he speaks.
What got you so sleepy? You look like shit.
I ain't been sleeping so good. I guess my body finally sort of collapsed. I guess I don't even remember what I was doing here. And he scratches his head. He's like a younger man. He's like in his 20s, early 20s. And he's wearing overalls. He kind of looks around. He pats his head for a minute. He's got scruffy ginger hair. And he looks around. You notice there's a straw hat next to where he was lying. He picks it up, puts it on his head.
You don't remember you don't remember what happened before you fell asleep?
No, I don't even remember what I was doing out here. Last thing I remember is I was at my home, and I'm out of here. He kind of scratches his chin.
I'll tell you what, young man. Oh, sorry, Victor. Go ahead.
Young man.
Nope. Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, maybe I could help you out. I mean, if this sleeping issues keep going on, but maybe you can stop by your carriage or by the honeymoon stables. I could take a look at you.
Oh,
You could tell me what you remember.
I noticed all y'all got that big old carriage with the 6 horses on it, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's y'all's. You must have quite a bit of money to have a carriage that nice. And he smiles. You can see he's missing a
That's
few
none of
key
your
teeth.
business, young man.
Well, I didn't mean no offense, mister. Just an observation.
Right. Well, listen, I'm practically a doctor, so if you need help, just stop
Oh,
by.
all right. You're a doctor. Yeah, I'll
Practically speaking, yes.
Okay. I see y'all's over here by the law district. Y'all's thinking of heading back down that way soon?
Probably in a bit. Yeah, we got business with the sheriff first.
Okay, I'll whenever y'all's ready, I'll hang around the honeymoon just until y'all get down there.
Fantastic. And you try to think real well about what got you sleeping like shit,
Okay.
and then sleeping like shit on the ground
Yes,
after
sir.
that.
As you
Okay.
guys are having this conversation, you can see a very familiar Solomon Creed walking up from down the road, down from the direction of the Old Don Church, and he catches up to you guys.
Well, that's right on time, actually.
All right. Well, if that's everything, I guess I'll make my way down to the honeymoon.
We will meet you there, so.
All right. Much obliged. And he tips his hat to you guys before scurrying off down the main street. And he's like stumbling a little bit. He is
Bless
exhausted.
you.
What'd you sneeze? Bless you.
Somebody was sneezing.
That was my sweet mate.
Oh, okay.
Joe. I'll tell you said bless you.
Right. Oh yeah, so before we go in, I didn't want to say anything for a while. Since I am such a respectable man with impeccable hygiene, I visit the brothel and I take baths.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys could probably use one too soon, especially in such respectable company as the sheriff. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I met him once. So maybe when we head back, I mean, I was gonna say maybe we should do it at that inn, but Victor got us scammed, so we need to find another place.
Says the one that was arguing with the one that gave us the money in the first place.
Cooler heads, Victor. Remember, you said it yourself.
Victor gives the fucking father the deadliest look, just like, don't remind me, please, Father. I appreciate that. But yes, it does seem like we need to better take care of ourselves.
At this time, you guys hear, "What do you mean they're gone? You can't find them? There's just damn 4 of them!"
Is that coming from the sheriff's
Inside
office?
inside the law district, you hear somebody yelling.
I do believe that is my cue.
Do you guys head inside?
Sounds like we're needed inside.
You
yeah.
can see that there's 3 deputies that bustle by you guys, and they run. Wait. Are you Solomon leaving?
No.
Okay. You see 3 deputies run out of the law district, and one of them accidentally shoulder checks you, Julian, on the way out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. We're just going to get our horses. We gotta leave now. I mean, not y'all, us. I'm sorry, mister. And he like gently puts a hand on your shoulder, if you allow, Julian.
Uh-huh. Well, after hearing what he did inside, he kind of looks away and looks down, and he's like, "You're good."
And the 3 deputies leave, and you guys don't recognize any of these 3 deputies.
Mm-hmm.
But they are gone. They are racing over to this side of the law district area, and you can tell it's probably where they keep their horses. And yeah, definitely in
Okay.
a couple of minutes you hear the sounds of horses as they begin riding out in this direction. People are moving aside, and there's yelling, like, out of the way, out of the way! Law business! As they leave.
Julian heads inside the station.
Okay. Anyone else?
Green
I will
colors.
follow after.
I'm following.
Alright. So as you guys all enter, you can see, like, the pretty, like, jovial, but, you know, well-run inside of this law district is not that right now. There is a lot of yelling. There's two red-faced men near the back, near, you know, one of the main desks, a desk that you all are familiar with that belongs to the sheriff, this fine gentleman. And you do see he's standing behind his chair. He's red in the face, and he is not happy. He's talking in, like, hushed but angered tones to another deputy, and they're talking about something. You can't make out what the conversation is. You guys enter more, and there's deputies that are... Two deputies are looking over a map. You can see the map is pretty familiar. It's a map of Texas, a map that you all also have. And, you know, it's just not... They're pointing at different areas on the map. But yeah, that's what you can see right now. It's the sheriff, a deputy he's speaking to, and then the two other deputies that are poring over this map on a separate desk. The sheriff notices you guys as you walk in, and he, like, glares in your direction for a moment before recognition washes over him. He closes his eyes for a minute, breathes in, breathes out. "Friends!" he says, and he opens up his arms, and you can tell he's trying really hard to not be angry right now. There's sweat on his forehead. The other deputy, like, dips his head to the sheriff and backs off, and just backs away, and he goes, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that thing now. And the sheriff just looks at him and nods, says nothing else to him. But now he's focused on you all, and he's smiling. It's a painful smile, but he is smiling, seeing you all.
Sheriff, it's been a while.
Julian, it's good to see you. I'm sorry about that. It's just, we had some shitters coming through town, and it's been hell ever since. What news do you bring from the outside?
Well, don't worry, Sheriff, because we're here now, and we got some good news for you. Can we go upstairs to your office again?
He looks to Julian and then the other three. Are you requesting a private conversation, or is this all y'all? All y'all are welcome, of course, upstairs.
Right, yes. These are my friends, and we should speak privately once again.
Well, you and me, or all of them? And...
All of us.
Okay.
All five of us.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not. It's. And he takes out a cigarette and lights it, and takes a couple of puffs.
It's
Set
clearly
upstairs.
been a day for you, Sheriff.
Mister, you have no idea. And he kind of chuckles a little bit, and then he nods towards the stairs, and allows you guys to go up first. I'll be up in a second.
Oh, I understand, sir. I deeply understand. And he takes the gesture and goes upstairs.
Victor, do me a notice roll really quick. As you're approaching the stairs. Okay. You notice to the left of the stairs, there is a door. And the door has the symbol of the agency on it.
That's the door that I didn't notice the last time.
Uh-huh. Now you finally got to it.
Yep.
As you notice
Victor
that.
will notice that and kind of put a note in his head to visit it in this moment.
Estella, go ahead and do me a notice roll.
Oof.
Estella, you do not notice the door. You are
What's
just...
going on?
Stella's in the brothel.
Stella's like looking at like her boots and like kicking the floor.
Yeah, that happens. Alright, so all of you head upstairs?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I give the sheriff a couple pats on the back as I head on upstairs, just to, make him feel better a little bit.
He goes, and he nods.
He's just like, I don't want a pat on the back.
Oh, it was like a good.
Oh,
It was
it was
like
a good gruff.
It was
Yeah,
a
and-
thanks. Yeah.
See, there's story to be told that
Yeah. Yeah.
can be a good thing or a bad thing, and it is proper role play.
Yeah, but it's hard when it's like the only role play.
It's hard when it's the only role play. For sure.
So you guys head upstairs. And then, a couple of minutes pass, and while the minutes pass, you notice that the upstairs is nice. There's an aviary up here, a little one. There is Julian. You would notice this eagle is familiar. You see Gus is sitting there, and he's preening himself. He's sitting on the, there's a post that goes outside, like out an open window, which is part of the aviary. And he's sitting on that post, just preening. There's no other deputies up here. It's just a really well maintained set of offices up here, but you could tell it's like for the higher ups of the law district. You can see there's a big desk, and on it, you can see a nameplate, Jonathan Willard, which you know to be the sheriff. The other two desks, they have nameplates, but as of right now, you don't know what they say. They're further back. His desk is closest to the landing area of the stairs up top. And yeah, you guys are up to your own devices for a couple of minutes while he finishes his cigarette.
So, Victor,
Mm-hmm.
is it okay with you that I discuss everything openly with the sheriff here?
He kind of gives a brief sigh and just kind of gives a nod. Seems like you've already spoke with him before. Very familiar with him?
Yeah, I did tell him that we ran into some weird stuff. I didn't get too specific, but he seemed to know what I was talking about and asked that I keep him informed about our adventures. So I reckon we share some similar interests with this sheriff, and
How
perhaps that could serve
specific?
us. I'll be honest with you, I don't. It feels like it's been a month since I've been here, so I don't quite remember. I don't even remember if I showed him my snake or not. I'll ask him again once he comes up.
I
Uh,
would advise not showing him the snake. Both snakes, if that comes to fruition.
right.
But I suppose it would be fair to give him some of the information.
Right.
I didn't help but notice that there is an office here that would be appropriate for me and Stella to visit here in a moment once we're done speaking with the sheriff.
Right. Okay.
But
Well,
but yes, we should probably inform him if you've been working with him.
right.
Let's not get too nitty-gritty in the details.
Well, just stop me if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And Julian takes a seat and waits.
It doesn't take long. You guys hear heavy footfalls as he, he's a big man. He gets up the stairs and he's rubbing his temple as he, hits the top of the stairs. But as soon as he sees you guys, he straightens up, and he kind of, straightens out his collar. All right, well, what news you said you got good news? Heaven knows I could use some good news right about now. And he goes and circles around all of you before he goes and sits down heavily in his chair.
I'll get right to it then.
Okay.
Apparently, there was a bunch of people who was out trying to kill themselves because of this curse, and we followed the source of that curse. We found it, and we probably destroyed it. Sounds familiar to you? Have you heard about anyone walking off to their deaths?
He's rubbing his mustache at this time, and he nods slowly. We are aware of that little trinket, they like to call it. I call it garbage, but it's neither here nor there. We were aware. We told the Vitilagos to keep that shit under wraps. And I told them if one more person got sent away to the wilderness and never returned, I'd arrest them myself.
Well, you don't have to worry about that issue being any. You don't have to worry about that being an issue any longer.
He looks to Victor.
Creed hides behind a coat rack so he can pretend he never returned.
Victor pats his pouch, just kind of like, we took care of the issue. They no longer will have possession of that music box.
He looks to
Any
where you're
longer.
patting. What do you mean?
We have reason to believe that this cursed item is taken care of and will not be a problem anymore. We also have possession of it, and
How
we
did
will not.
He sits up a little bit. You can hear his chair go as he sits up. What? What did y'all do?
We purchased it from them, and we are taking care of it.
He's eyeing you because he doesn't know you, Victor.
No, I know.
He's squinting at this time. It ain't dangerous. You said that with the curse involved with it, it's gone.
I have reason to believe that the curse has been taken care of, yes.
Okay, you're saying it awful cryptic-like, so I just want to make sure I'm getting my ducks in a row here.
Oh, I can assure you that it has been taken care of. And he kind of ruffles his jacket a little bit and kind of flashes the badge.
Oh, okay. Alright, so yeah, as soon as he sees the agency badge, you can see his shoulders kind of relax, and his jaw unclenches. I see. Why didn't you start with that? Did you not notice the symbol on the door that we have, right at the bottom of the stairs?
I did notice it, yes.
You told me you were an agent, then I would have understood your crypticism.
You know what? That is fair.
He laughs. Alright. Okay, I see I'm in the presence of like-minded company. Good.
Yes.
Alright, well, that's good shit. Are you planning on sending that little thing along to your superiors, or what are you doing with that little thing?
I plan on sending it along to my superiors, yes.
Perfect. We have an agency office, and full disclosure, we have a ranger's office as well here in the law district, so I know how y'all feel with each other, but, I can assure you, if you leave it with me, I can make sure it gets to your higher-ups. We meet with them every other week.
If that's fine with you, sure. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to deliver it to them myself.
It's all up to you, friend. Whatever you're most comfortable with. Of course, I'll need your information, your full name, and, everything that you need to give. I understand at least enough what they've told me. I'm not an agent myself, full disclosure, but from what they've told me. I'm gonna need your information before you leave this with me, if that's what you plan on doing.
I plan on visiting them with my associate here, and he signals to Stella. And
Shoots
my
a thumbs up.
and I'll visit them myself.
Okay, he nods, and whatever's best for y'all. It's your business, not mine. Mine is just keeping Lubbock safe. Speaking of, if that's all y'all wish to disclose for me, that is enormous. You've no idea. Thank you very, very much for everything you've done. That damn fucking... And he stops for a second. That trinket you're holding on to has cost us a lot of headache.
Right. There is just a couple more things, Sheriff.
Alright. He leans back again.
I haven't quite figured out how to communicate with you using this eagle.
Oh, Gus! Gus! And you can, at the snap of his fingers... At the snap of his fingers, you can see a brrr, and the eagle just kind of starts clicking, like... as it's, it kind of like waddles over from the perch, and it takes off. It goes vroom, 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 and flies over to the desk, lands on the desk, and immediately is like looking for pets from Jonathan Willard, and he does
man.
happily. He's, who's my good boy? Gus, my sweet boy.
Sheriff, that'll been nice to know, because, theoretically, if I'm in a life or death situation stuck on top of a plateau, that would help a lot.
Well, I told you last time you could whistle for him.
You did?
I did. Yeah, if you just
That would
whistle.
have been nice to know.
If you whistled, he would have come to you. Most likely.
Right.
I mean, weather permitting, and of course, if you're extremely far away, then maybe you'd have a hard time. But make sure you whistle good
Right,
loud.
See, that's probably why it didn't work.
Red Dead Redemption
Julian is
2
looking at everyone. He's
limitations
like,
here.
Julian is looking at everyone. He's like, yeah, we were too far. I tried.
Victor is just looking at Julian like, you knew this whole time.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about last time that you and I were having our conversations here, Julian.
Victor is giving the death glare towards Julian right now.
He notices this. He's like, is there any other bits of business you wish to bring to my attention?
Yeah, what's up with everyone being very sleepy?
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I've been feeling it too. And you can see now, like, really getting a good look at him after conversing with him for a while. He's got some bags under his eyes. And it probably explains why he's irritable. But yeah, he looks pretty tired.
You know, in SpongeBob, where they do like a zoom in on the characters for a second?
Hyper realistic zoom in.
Yeah.
That's basically what, you're noticing. And yeah, he's looking pretty rough. Like he hasn't slept well. But being the sheriff of Lubbock, as big of a town as it is, it's not an easy task. There's a reason why there's only one. And he kind of chuckles to himself. Yeah, as for everyone else, I don't know what their problems are, and I wish there was more I could do to help, but people not sleeping well in their beds, that's not really something I can fix.
Right.
Have you heard
okay.
anything about
Uh,
from folks or from your deputies
I mean,
about any of these people that have fallen asleep?
some of my deputies are tired, but they all just chalk it up to the stress of the job. It ain't easy being a member of the law. A lot of folks here in Lubbock to keep an eye on. And on the outskirts, too, especially when you get fucking assholes coming by thinking they can steal horses and get away with it. And he just kind of shakes his head and offers a shrug. Other than that, life is hard.
Well, Sheriff, I'll probably look into the matter. I'm practically a doctor/scientist, so I think I'll start with testing the water sources here, and
Okay.
maybe interview a few people. I assume you have my back.
Of course. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll just call Gus if there's any problems moving forward.
Okay, yeah, Gus for sure. Anytime you're in Lubbock, he will definitely hear you whistle.
That's fantastic, yeah, because I feel like, we could use some sort of proof that you and I are connected so that, for example, we don't get scammed at an inn.
Scammed at an inn?
Yeah, just an example, nothing too
Okay.
specific. Right.
He's rummaging around in his desk now. He pulls out a couple drawers. You hear like, as he's looking around.
Scammed at a fucking...
He hands you a badge, Julian. You see assistant deputy on the badge.
Assistant deputy.
Alright, this is one of our training badges, but if anyone questions you while you're doing your investigation, you go ahead and let them know that the sheriff sent you on the task, alright?
Victor
yes, sir,
is
yes.
internally giving like the biggest. Oh God, he's gonna have the biggest ego.
We've given Julian so much power in Lubbock.
Oh no.
I'll be
So,
sure
yeah.
to use this responsibly, sir. Yes, sir.
Of course. Make sure you write that
Sure.
down in your notes that you now have an assistant deputy badge of Lubbock.
Oh God.
Julian's first thought is how to use this at the brothel.
Oh God.
And he after
Meet
he
your
hands you the
new
badge,
assistant deputy as you get me off. Hell yeah.
he leans
Oh,
back in
God.
his chair again. Is there anything else y'all wish to bring to my attention?
Julian looks at Solomon and Stella to see if they have anything to say.
She just stares at the badge. She's like, it's a lot, a little shinier than mine.
Creed just kind of looks proud, but also concerned.
Well, since we brought everything up to speed on for you, why don't you inform us of your troubles?
The newest thing is we had these fucking asshole band of 4 brothers come riding in. Apparently they stole a horse over from Honeymoon Stables, and they were causing all sorts of fuss and ruckus. They were screaming and shouting. They were trying to collect the reward from Marty Vitiligo, and apparently, I don't know how my deputies fucking missed it. Damn idiots. And he takes a second and breathes again. I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I don't know how my deputies didn't catch these fuckers before they... I don't know. Apparently they had stolen the horse on their way out of Lubbock last time when they came riding in. I don't know, but somebody on Honeymoon identified the horse. It's a prize breeding horse or something. I don't know, worth a lot of money to them. And they got run out of town. We're currently trying to look for him. So I guess we got a gang of 4 brothers on the loose.
The Brothers Gang, I'm assuming.
Yes. God, what were their names?
Sister Bertha better than you, I do recall. Sorry, brother.
The Reed Brothers posse. Right? That's the one.
Reed, I think. I'm looking at my notes.
I have my notes
Okay,
right
yeah.
here. It
The
was
Reed
yeah.
brothers. Yes, that's fucking yes. That is the I see it now in my own notes. That is the Reed brothers. Yeah, apparently they got a black horse with them, and that's the horse that they stole from the Honeymoon Stables. It's a gorgeous stallion. Apparently that's their main breeding stallion.
Wait, is that the same horse that they had?
It is the very same that they were fawning over and taking very good care of at the camp. The one horse that
God
they were paying attention to.
fucking damn it.
The stolen horse. You guys
The
are right
exact
there.
horse.
Oh man, I was like, ooh, when you guys were talking to them, and it's great.
That prize horse.
Yep, it was right in your
Julian
grasp.
is like, well, it doesn't sound like any horse I've ever seen, but we'll keep an eye out. Do you want them dead or alive, sir?
Look, and he leans in. Usually, we make it to where if they're worth much more alive than dead. Here's what we'll do. So typically, let me look at my wanted posters here. We've yet to make a poster for them. We're working on it, of course. It just happened the other day that we realized that there was something even going on. But here's what we're gonna do. So for them, I think it's worth, because apparently that horse is worth a shitload of money. So I'm offering to give y'all $100 if you bring it back dead, $150 if you bring it back alive. And we'll do the math if it turns out that you bring back 3 of them alive, or 2 of them alive, or 1 of them alive. I like y'all. Y'all have already done a great service to Lubbock about that damn trinket you got in your coat there. So, I'm willing to cut y'all a deal. Be easier on you.
Right. Well, if we see him, we'll take care of him. Stella here is the best shot I've ever seen, so should be
Yeah,
easy
you
enough.
know.
He looks to Stella and raises his eyebrows.
I'd show you, but I'd get arrested. So.
Yes, you would, little miss, but
Yeah,
I'll take your
I
word for
would.
it. He's
I can
smiling at
attest
you.
that she is an excellent shot.
You ever think about becoming a law woman there, miss?
Shit coughs into her fist. I like being a humble lady.
His eyes dart between Victor and Stella, remembering that there was some kind of connection between the two of you with the agency. And he just smiles and nods. Humble indeed.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Well, that's it. I mean, besides folks being tired as usual and, well, more tired than usual, but tired, and the honeymoon stables horse being stolen, everything has been pretty quiet. At least here in town.
Do I recall, did Julian mention the other bounty that was available?
I don't believe to the sheriff. Because the sheriff, and you guys do have the poster on you still. I will remind all of you. Refresh the memory.
It was...
Mad Dog something, wasn't it?
Is it that one?
Yeah, it was Madamina, and then it was one other one, I thought.
Yeah,
Wasn't
we
there?
accepted one of a guy
Uh,
that was between there and Dunmore somewhere.
Mad Dog Monroe.
Mad
Yeah.
Dog Monroe.
So with all the
Yeah,
names.
I wasn't
Oh,
there
right,
for
right,
that
right.
one, but I think either Julian or somebody mentioned about it. I think
Yeah.
Creed grabbed that one.
Yeah. And the bounty is Mad Dog Monroe. He's wanted for a series of brutal murders and robberies. It's like a... Yeah, it's between the towns of Lubbock and Dunmore. The reward is 300 to capture alive, 200 dead. He's very wanted. He's
Gotcha.
way more wanted than Madamina.
Got it. But yeah, I don't remember if Creed brought that up to anybody. But well, if that's everything, then we'll see about taking care of some of those problems and hopefully ease those burdens of yours.
Thank you, I appreciate that. More than you know. I appreciate it. It seemed like he was about to say more, but he stops himself and nods.
Okay, Sheriff, you seem busy enough. We'll get out of your hair. I want you to stay away from the caffeine. Probably around evening time. Get some good sleep.
Thank you, Doctor. He smiles at Julian.
Associate Deputy Dr.
Yeah,
Julian.
he's just collecting all the
Sinclair.
titles.
PhD Esquire.
Alright, Julian gets up and he does a little towards Gus.
What did he say? Gus is clicking. It's like, "Brrr," and he just kind of, he just chirps. So what was the offer? $250 reward if alive, and then 200 if dead, but then price negotiable. Right?
Yeah,
for
totally.
the Reeds brothers.
Yeah.
I think you said, well,
Or is it 200 alive and then 150
It was
dead?
1 and 150.
1 and 150?
I was trying not to be a teacher's pet. Fucking trying
Yeah.
to be.
Okay.
Whoops.
I wasn't gonna tell her, but then she would get mad if I didn't.
Well, yeah, if
so-
you guys are dishonest with me, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll be honest. Yeah, it was 100 for dead, 150 for alive
Okay.
for
150 if
the
alive.
brothers.
Okay.
But yeah, Victor will kind of take the nod and follow after Julian.
And,
Single for Stella to
joins as
follow
well.
after.
okay. Does anyone else want to do anything in the law district area before you leave?
Nope.
Gonna go to the agency door
Okay. You go to
and
the
signal
agency
for
door.
Stella to follow after.
I'm gonna follow after.
Okay. Julian and Solomon, you guys notice they're approaching a door with a symbol that, I mean, you don't really recognize. What do you guys do?
We'll catch up
just
with
leave.
you here in a bit.
Why, we can't come with?
He gives a look towards Julian and is like, do you really want to get yourself in more trouble than you're already in?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I'm an assistant deputy in this town.
Stella rolls her eyes.
Well, fine. If you don't want us with you, we'll just go somewhere else, right, Solomon?
Well,
He's like already
I
gone.
was already heading towards the door.
Julian is like looking to the side, like, is that right, Solomon? And it's like sees him gone already. He's like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Walk
Here we
away.
go again.
Alright, so as the boys
Well,
leave.
fine.
So Victor and Stella. You guys approach the door. What do you do?
I'm watching.
It's a big, heavy oak door. And it's got a large knob handle on it. The symbol of the agency is burnished into the wood.
It takes it all out of her to not kick this door down. She doesn't do it. Does not do it.
So proud of her for the restraint.
She's got like a jerk in the legs. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Knowing that, well, out of game, I have no idea. But anyway, Victor will just go to open the door.
It's locked.
Victor will give a knock on the door.
Everyone in the law district hears a very faint.
No, Luna heard that.
Couple minutes pass. Nothing. No answer.
You got like a key for this, or is it like a mirror that we speak to?
Would Victor? Should I know? Would Victor know that? Is there something secretive or something that he needs to know about?
So let's say, reaching into your memory, you know that the agency works in mysterious ways, and it's a lot of the things to access certain agency things. It's kind of like you already got to know how to do it, or be taught how to do it, sort of deal. You know that different offices have different ways of accessing certain things. So, like, it could be a knock, it could be a key, it could be a password, it could be, there's like all sorts of different things. It could be you have to kick the door at a certain spot, there has to be like some kind of wood moved in a certain place, some kind of puzzle or something. There's a whole cacophony of things that it could be to open this door, or it could be as simple as you need to wait for another member of the agency to open it first. Like, it's a very much like need to know, hush hush, under the table sort of thing. And that goes to the Rangers too.
Got it. So it sounds like it's up on a office basis where they would know how to get into their own office versus
Correct.
anyone outside would have to be in the know.
Correct.
I guess.
Or you need to be at a certain level, like a ranking in the agency, in order to have access to or know how to access certain things. That remember, the agency, as the Rangers are as well, function like the Men in Black. So it's very, very tight-lipped, secretive.
It sounds like maybe my rank doesn't permit me to visit all the offices, as it were. He kind of looks to his ring for a second, wondering if it's potentially... He tries... maybe he thinks that he opened a door with the wrong hand, and he tries with the ring hand?
Okay.
Tries the
So-
door with the ring hand?
Again, you hear as the door is locked. But you notice, like, the handle itself, there is a groove on the side of the handle. And your ring could potentially fit in a groove sort of like that, but not this one.
Ah, so it's a different type of ring, potentially. Is that what that's...
Maybe.
I mean, he'll give it a try just to see if it'll work.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
he takes off the ring, and you like press the ring up against the groove, it almost fits.
Almost, yeah.
It's like a key that doesn't quite fit into a lock.
Okay. Then Victor kind of gives a sigh and just puts the ring back on his finger and it's like, all right, well, probably be better not to try and pry our way in. We'll just give the information to the sheriff and we'll be on our way.
Both of you do me a notice roll, and this notice roll may not be bennied. Damn! Okay.
Okay! All right! Where was that earlier?
Yeah, sheesh! Okay. And Stella?
You know what? I'm happy with that because I especially one with that can't be bennied. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Stella, you get the feeling like someone's watching the two of you. Like that feeling in the back of your neck, and it makes your hair stand up on end on your arms. It just feels like someone's watching you. And you take a look around. There are deputies around. And like in multiple other like mini offices and cells and stuff like that, and then and there's some people in the cells too that you notice, Stella. Victor, you feel the same thing, but you notice that somebody in the cells is watching you very closely. He's looking at you, and he's like, his head's tipped back a little bit, chin pointed up a little, almost like he's looking down at you, but he's your height. And he's just looking at you from inside the cell. And the second you two make eye contact, he looks away.
He kind of takes that information internally and just kind of looks to Stella. We'll just give the sheriff our information, and then we'll be on our way. Maybe the agency will. Maybe this office will let us in afterwards. And he kind of goes towards the sheriff's office again.
Okay. For sake of brevity, do you just give me your information and hand the box over
Yeah, I just
to-
give him
yeah.
the information, you know, like Victor's an agent. He's kind of going around. He's not a particular from an office or anything. He came from Dunmore, blah blah blah, you know, all that stuff.
Roaming traveling agent.
Yep.
Okay.
And then informs him that Stella's his compatriot.
Okay. Yeah, he gets both of your information. He gets your ranks as well. And yeah, it's just very gnarly. He thanks you very much, and you notice he opens up this safe, and your box goes into a safe, as well as a paper documenting all of your information. And it's like tied to with a piece of twine, it's tied to the box. So yeah, it's secured in a safe in the law district, ready for drop off.
Yep. And then Victor goes out of the law district.
Okay, take it, Stella, you follow?
Yep.
Alright, so you guys head outside, and so while they were doing all of this, Julian, Solomon, what do you guys do?
We're just standing up front, smoking cigars,
Okay.
talking politics.
Talking
Excellent.
politics again. God
Excellent.
damn it.
And yeah, not too much time passes, and then the posse is reunited. What do you guys do? At this time,
And
it's
that,
like late afternoon.
Julian, is why I believe a centralized government is not good for the country.
You made some valid points. I'm not much into politics, but
Are
yeah, I
you
can
guys
definitely see
talking
where you're coming
treason
from.
over there? Or...
Speaking of politicians,
He's always on cue, isn't he?
It seems like fucking you two talking treason over there. He jokes.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Anyways, but Victor kind of looks to him, is like, what are we? Seems like you had plans, Julian, that you wanted to check up on the folks here.
Yeah, that's kind of the next thing that's on my mind to do around here. But hey, I mean, my plans don't have to be yours. Sure, there's more that can be done around here, and there's some bounties.
And I need to make my way back to Dunmore in the coming days to ensure that the doctor has made it there.
Oh, did we not ask about which direction the brothers were going?
Nope.
Fuck.
I can feel the thought in his brain and be like, oh, we do know where they were camped last.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but we don't know if that's where they're staying at, though. Crap.
But it would be a
Victor
valid
goes
place
running
to go
back
looking
in.
for clues.
What were you saying, Solomon?
I say, but the last place they were camped would be a valid place to start looking.
Yeah, and we did see the direction they took off to when they learned that we killed the hag.
Yeah, they ran back to town expecting to get the reward.
Mm-hmm. Then you guys know they got run out of town.
But we don't know which direction.
Correct.
Oh, right.
Feel like we missed some
well-
information that we should have asked. I'm a good sheriff. Okay.
I could probably just have Gus do that for us. So don't worry about it.
All right. Then, I don't know what else we could do around in the town other than handling some of the issues that good sheriff gave us. Unless you two have any other ideas other than going back to Dunmore. He looks to Solomon and then Julian, other than checking out the folks here. Suppose the only other option is that we go take care of some of those bounties.
Let's fuck them up.
Let's go.
Let's go fuck 'em up.
Mm.
I'm
You
ready
don't
to
suppose
shoot 'em up.
that that kid that I was going to interview, you don't suppose he wants to join us on our trip to Dunmore?
No.
What if we don't tell him? What if we just bring him in the carriage and we start going?
We are not taking stragglers along.
Hostage.
Fine. Okay. Okay.
You
well,
do what you need to do with him. As far as your doctoring, quote unquote, he does the fingers. And then we let him go back into the town, and then we'll be on our way.
Oh, so just because the government doesn't give me a paper that says I'm a doctor, I'm not a doctor?
I don't know if I would call your particular set of skills doctoring, but I understand that your expertise is quote unquote helpful in a sense.
Yeah. I'll have you know, I have a 4 in common knowledge.
Give yourself a penny for that one. That was good.
Alright, well, I'll head back to the carriage then.
Okay.
Victor will follow after.
Okay. Anyone else?
No, follow as well.
Alright, so as you guys are passing by the honeymoon stables to go to the carriage, you notice that the young man from before is leaned up against the fence and is asleep right here.
Aw,
He's
God
like
damn
sitting
it.
up.
He passed out
Yeah,
again.
it looks like he got here and then immediately like was sitting to wait for you guys and passed out.
I gently toe him again with my boot.
Oh, what?
Tap him
Ow.
on the foot.
Shit! I fell asleep again. He gets up and he dusts himself off again, and he sways a little bit and almost looks like he's gonna fall over, and he catches himself on the railing on the fence.
Jeez, sir, you gotta be more careful. Like,
Yeah. Oh, just it ain't no thing. You know, it's
Yeah,
just
she
little
makes his yawn.
tired.
Oh, don't start. God.
where you been? You got a house here to sleep at, or you just staying
Yeah.
at that inn?
Yeah, he points over in this general direction. I live near that farm up there.
All right. You know, you want me to walk you home? I mean, no.
And I mean, a pretty little thing like yourself, I mean,
Oh,
sure.
shucks. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, She goes to walk away.
He awkwardly follows her?
I mean, I'm going to my house.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
ooh,
yeah.
that's
The
ooh,
awkward.
he runs a hand through his
Ooh.
hair. Ooh, it's you know, it's
You want my help? I mean, you didn't say yes or no.
No, I mean,
I made the
I
decision
mean,
for you after that.
I mean, I don't mind an assertive lady. I mean, it's
Oh,
you know, it's,
yeah. She's like pulling at her neck, looking at Julian or something.
and Solomon's just hanging out at the law
Victor.
district while this is happening.
Yep.
Julian intervenes. He said, "Buddy, you looking real tired. Why don't you just shut up and follow me?"
Hey, yo.
Oh,
Hey, damn.
okay, and he just follows Julian.
All right, I'm gonna take him to the carriage with me.
Who all is going to the carriage, or is it just
All right, I follow.
Okay, all right, everyone's going to the carriage.
Everyone's going to the carriage.
All right.
God, awkward. Just like, ooh,
Ooh.
ow.
All right, so back in the carriage, you all are down in the. There you go. And then let me get a token for him. I need like an NPC token. Let's see. Here we go. If it loads. There we go.
Oh, look.
It's Ike's
It's a
token.
familiar face.
Yep. Alright, so he's with you all now. And you guys feel that woomph as you enter the stagecoach. As soon as it happens to him, he goes, What the hell? And he immediately is looking at the doorway.
It's fine, sir. It's normal. It's not gonna hurt you.
What was that?
Oh, don't worry about it. Just have a seat. And Julian points at the big round table.
Okay. He takes a seat nervously. He's
Victor's
choosing a
gonna
seat
post
closer
up
to the
right
door.
here.
Victor's... Yeah.
Solomon, do you mind bringing us all some water?
Well, why, of course.
Thank you, Father.
You can see
And
he's-
Julian, go ahead.
the kid, he's like, he puts his elbows on the table and he is immediately resting his head in his hands.
So Julian moves one of the chairs closer to the young man,
Okay.
and he asks him, "What's your name, son?"
My name is Billy.
Okay, Billy. So
Billy Bob,
Julian
Billy
is.
Billy.
Hmm?
No, sorry. It's just... I was just making
So-
it funny.
So Julian is knowledgeable in sciences, which, if I remember correctly, does cover biology and all that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I'm basically just doing a full-on interview and physical checkup at this point.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you can go ahead and inspect him and do me a science roll to see if you can figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm. So Julian moves the chair closer, and he starts manhandling Billy. He's grabbing him by the
Oh
face.
my
He's-
God.
It's like,
Oh my.
so what are you doing?
He's
Swish
pulling
his
his
cheeks.
eyes, like
Ah!
the skin around his eyes to look into his eyes.
Ah! Are you really are you qualified for this sort of thing?
Why, yes, I am. Do you want my help or not?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Continue.
Julian shows
sorry.
him the assistant deputy badge.
Oh wait. Oh, you're a deputy?
I'm many things, son, okay?
Oh,
Don't worry about
dear.
it. Just let me help you.
No shit.
Victor is shaking his head just like, God damn it, I knew he was gonna fucking do that.
The first flex. We need like a badge flex counter for Julian.
All right. So I'm doing the whole checkup, reflexes,
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah.
whatever. And I'm gonna do my roll.
Okay. Looking at him, yeah, he's starting, like, his hair is starting to fall out. His hands are shaky. He is showing signs of severe lack of sleep. Like, he's even having a hard time concentrating. Like, as you're doing things, you notice his eyes stare off into space a lot. He's suffering from extreme exhaustion. Like, to the point where his skin has gotten a little more pale. He's just really sluggish. It's getting to the point where it's starting to negatively affect his health. Like, if this continues on for much longer, he's probably going to start hallucinating. He might even be.
So, Billy, can you tell me roughly when you started having issues with your sleep?
A couple days, half a week ago, maybe more. I don't quite remember how long. It was just started happening, and can I tell you something, Doctor Deputy?
Yeah.
Even when I sleep, I don't feel no better. I always feel shitty. I've been feeling shitty for so long.
Did you do anything in particular before this started? Anything different about your day? Anything that might have happened?
I mean, I was not really. I was going out and I was running a delivery. I was making a delivery to a homestead that's out of Lubbock, to the east. I forget what it was called. They were wanting wheat, I think. Some kind of shipment of goods. I don't remember. That's mainly what I do. I'm a delivery boy. I'm a runner from the farm up there to wherever they're sending out their goods. And some people put out orders, and you can see, like, as he's talking, he's starting to lose concentration. And he just kind of trails off.
Julian clamps his hands real loud, and he's like, "Stick with me, Billy."
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Julian hands him. Wait, hold on. Did Solomon come back with the water?
I could take y'all there if you feel so inclined.
Solomon comes back with the water.
Perfect. Yeah, we probably visit that place. You say you run shipments out of there regularly?
Yes, sir.
And did you visit any every day?
Yeah.
And did you go to some new place recently that you think you might have gotten sick over there?
It weren't a new place. It's just the homestead out the way. Rickshaw Ranch? You ever heard of it? Rickshaw Ranch?
No. Okay, well, why don't you have this water?
Alright, Solomon, do the... That's instant, right? I can't remember.
I thought it was, but if you want me to roll. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, because we have to roll to see if it breaks. As long as you don't get snake eyes, then you're fine. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. No, so yeah, the second that Solomon, you do that, you can see he is, like, radiating.
Oh.
He is like a uranium light, but purple. He's just emitting this very foul-looking, sinister aura about him. And it's like, it is so severe, because you'll remember from past sessions you've done this to the other people that were really sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
And they were having whispers of that, like little wisps of this same dark aura. He is bathed in it. Like, it's hard to see the human form under all of the smog of the aura. It's bad.
I'm guessing you did a hidden roll because it was
did.
not. Okay, just was
Yeah.
making sure because I was like, wait, I didn't see the roll.
No worries. But yeah,
Okay.
all you guys see is Solomon pulling down his eye patch and then looking over the kid and squinting.
Victor's
Hey,
too.
Billy.
obsessed with his notebook to notice, probably. I'm just gonna say that.
Have you lived here your whole life, Billy?
Yes, sir. Born and bred Lubbock.
You were born inbred?
No, not inbred. No, bread as in the
Inbred? What?
bread, like the
No,
my.
no one's
my
speaking of
my
incestuous
lineage.
relationships, my child. You said you were born inbred.
You mean like pumpernickel or something,
Or
mister?
wheat? You said you were delivering wheat.
I
You
was.
delivering the wheat you were born
Oh,
in?
oh dear God. I might have been.
Indeed.
No, mister. And he like shakes his head again. What did I say? Did I say in bread? Like the bread you bake?
You said you were born inbred in Lubbock.
Oh. I don't know. You'd have to talk to my mom about that one, but
Is your mother a baker?
she is actually, funnily enough.
I believe we're on to something.
Big investigation going on here. Holy shit, we made a breakthrough.
Well, let's
Found
set our
out that the
priorities
boy's
straight.
breaker is the boy's mother is a baker. That's why he's inbred.
Billy, is that ranch any close to Dunmore? Is it the opposite way?
It's
I'm
the
not sure. I've
opposite
never heard
way.
about it.
I know Dunmore is towards the west. This ranch is to
Oh.
the east. And straight on east, you really can't miss it. There's one main trail that goes down there, and then you're there before you know it. It's only half a day's ride over there and half a day back.
What time is it? Technically right now?
It's late afternoon. It's approaching evening.
And perhaps we'll maybe make our visit in the next morning.
Certainly
If
can.
it takes a half a day.
Unless you guys want a chance trail riding at night.
I believe it would be in our best interest to try and visit in a day versus the night. Speaking of, do you make your deliveries during the day, I'm assuming?
Usually, yeah, unless the place that I'm delivering to is longer than a day's ride, then typically I'll sleep wherever. I don't really travel at night. I don't feel safe.
That's fair. Then and he looks to his other compatriots. Wouldn't be any problem to be traveling to this ranch in the next day.
We
So
should
that way
probably
we
wait
make
with it, yeah.
Then I would have, or he waits for everybody else first.
By all means.
Amen.
Sounds like a case of some infested wheat to me. But I have
And
learned
who
that
would be infesting that wheat, you might ask? I would think it would be a baker. So,
My
I must
mama.
go speak to Billy's mother at once.
Speak to Billy's mother. at
Okay,
once.
I mean, Mama works. She actually works at the farm up there. Not the ranch, the farm here in Lubbock.
I don't think we need to speak to your mother. And he gives the look towards fucking Solomon, just like,
Reed's already going out the door.
oh my
Woof.
god.
You guys hear the sound as he
Damn.
exits the. Yep. All right. What did the
Then
rest of you
I
do?
would say go get some rest, and we'll talk. We'll have you take us to this ranch in the morning.
As you say, go get some rest, and you guys watch like Solomon leave. You look back at Billy, and he is asleep on the table. He's like head down. He's already snoring. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's getting any restful sleep. His face is kind of twisted, and he's not comfortable.
Creed comes back, by the way.
Woomph.
Creed just
Solomon,
walks out, comes back in.
Solomon, this doesn't look like
Well, I
the usual
believe
case
that
of...
lead was not a good lead.
This doesn't look like
What
the
makes
usual
you say
case
that?
of lack of sleep. I think there might be something serious going on here. He doesn't seem to be sick in a traditional way. There doesn't seem to be an explanation for his lack of sleep. I mean, he hasn't been doing anything special. He's just working his job.
I think Victor will go upstairs and grab a quick blanket and just kind of wrap it over
Aw.
the gentleman at the resting. We'll just leave him here for now, and he'll wake up. We'll wake him up in the morning if he.
Yeah. Just gotta be careful. We need to watch out that Stella doesn't shoot him after the conversation they have.
She's just like, yep. She brings out her knife and she's like above his head to see if he wakes up.
Oh, the
no.
knife that returns? The throwaway?
Yeah.
As soon as she tosses the throwaway, you hear shikung in the door. Just she's had enough practice. She knows how to toss a knife. And
I
then
love tossing this knife.
poof, just vanishes from above his head and back into her hand, in the wisp of black smoke. And yeah, he's still sleeping. He has no idea. He's out.
Victor will kind of just give a look to everybody and is like, "I'll make us a quick dinner.
Ooh, you
Hopefully
know.
this time will be better."
Ooh.
No, Victor, you always cook. Why don't you,
Yeah, Victor.
why
What?
don't you let somebody else
What's wrong
take
with my
over?
cooking?
So what time of day is it right now?
It's evening now, I think.
I start my dash to my door business up again, and I start yelling to the inn up the road.
Okay,
Door,
so you
dashing at the door.
you yell an order to the people, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
it gets
telephone.
passed down the line. Yeah,
Aren't
I
you
telephone
telephoning
my
your
order.
Okay, does
Yep.
anyone else do the same?
Stella like rolls up her sleeve to check the time. She doesn't wear a watch, so she's
She counts the freckles.
yeah.
Freckles.
She's got like a sundial on her like fucking wrist. And she's gonna, I don't know, she's gonna see what everyone else, she's gonna like back away from the kitchen. Scared.
Is she
Still
putting
not-
is she putting an order into the DoorDash, or is she gonna
Yeah,
wait?
she is. She's like whispering in the Solomon's ear her DoorDash order.
Okay.
Victor kind of just like, fine. And he resigns himself to allow them to order, and he will order himself too.
Okay, Julian, do you do the same?
Yeah.
Number to beat.
Julian didn't get as sick as everyone's, but he felt some. He wasn't sure if it's because what he did at the brothel or because of Victor's food.
Yeah. Well, it seems like for some of you, the day's misfortunes don't end. So Solomon and Julian, you do get your orders, but they're wrong. They're not what you ordered. They messed up the drink. You know, they always fucking mess up the drink.
God damn it, the drink!
But
We get for ordering through fucking telephone, you know.
But
like, I gave him a
Stella
telephone.
and Julian, your orders are great. They're perfect. They're exactly what you
Let's
wanted.
go.
You mean Victor?
Or wait, who? Yeah, Victor. Yeah. So the two of you, the agents, yeah, you got your shit just the way you wanted.
She's like kicking her little feet at the table and eating her food.
Yep. I mean, the food's
Victor
not
is-
bad. It's not gonna give you food poisoning. It's just
It's
not
like
what you
half
ordered.
warm, yeah. It's
Yeah. Not hot.
someone had to walk it here, you know.
Yeah. They're like, what the hell? Why am I walking this order out here?
I don't even know what
It's a
delivery.
new enterprise. It's a
I
new,
have no idea
it's a
what I'm
new
doing right now.
enterprise. Dash door.
Wagon dash.
Wagon dash. There we go.
But okay, so you guys all sit down and have your meal for the evening. Do you guys wish to do anything else before you retire for a night's sleep?
Victor is gonna take a bath.
Okay, you take a bath. Anyone else?
She's like sniffs
Julian.
under her armpit and shakes her head.
Julian wants to visit his lab.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything inside the wagon before we visit Julian's lab?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, so Julian, where do you set up your teleportation device? Your anchor?
He just steps outside and he puts it down behind the carriage and whoosh.
Yep, whoosh indeed.
Whoosh.
All right, so Julian, now in a poof of teal green smoke, you arrive. The large oh yeah, Wrangler's already here. The large like fireplace that looks like the front of a train opens up with a ghostly whoo as you step out, and you kind of like you wave away the extra green fog from your face. Smells like death.
So Julian's just going to consult with his, you can call it somewhat of a diary, where he keeps notes for all his ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And he flips through the pages. He hasn't created something in a while, and he feels that every now and then he kind of gets these ideas on the road.
Yeah.
And after all this bounty talk, he realizes he might need to feel some extra protection, since the chameleon strategy didn't work out as well as he intended.
The 1 foot by 1 foot skin of
Yeah.
chameleon, yeah.
He hasn't found any more chameleons. So he's like, okay.
In fairness, you haven't been checking.
Well, I just figured
At any time you may ask to check for chameleons.
I have to ask that in particular? That's
yes, you want me to remember all of your guys' intricacies and all of your little shticks and quirks that you all have? Hell no, you DM.
Okay, fair enough.
Gotta remember your own stuff.
I'll ask. Yeah, I'll ask. So, Julian's just gonna take another strategy, and he's going to go for a time-appropriate bulletproof vest.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and research that. Let's see how your knowledge stacks up with what you've already, with what you have in your repertoire. And you, like, oh wow, okay, so yeah, you also being well-read, you were really into books when you were a kid, and your background, already about, like, armor and different time periods of armor that, people used to wear for whatever. But through your research, you realize, why has no one made any armor that isn't bulky? That isn't, like, why does all of this armor need to go on top of your coat? It has to be, like, a suit of armor, whatever. In your research as well, you find out the main places on the human body that you want armor to protect. So your core, obviously, your gut, all the organs in there. Your limbs, a little less important, except for the arteries that are on the undersides of your arms, the arteries on the insides of your thighs, stuff like that. You understand the main places to protect on the human body. And and you're also getting some medical knowledge under your belt too, Mr. Assistant Deputy Doctor. So, all the conglomeration, yeah, you're 100% able to start working on the blueprints. So let's see, what do you roll for blueprints? And I'll give you a +2 to this because your dice exploded so many times. You got a lot of raises. So to whatever you roll for this,
if I remember correctly,
+2.
It's research and then weird science roll.
Yes. So weird science +2. And you're just looking to beat a 4. And because you got such a high raise, I will forgive a snake eyes. Not needed. So 9. Easily. You got it with a raise. You develop something that is, it's not Kevlar, but it's something quite like it. It's, you're able to manipulate ghost rock in a way, to make it to where, at least in your blueprint, you're gonna need a forge. You're gonna need to get your ghost rock supply that you've been keeping tabs on. And you're gonna need to forge out some plating. But it can work. So you have a successful blueprint. All you need now is to do the work. Find a forge, do the work in smithing it into armor, and you will have armor. but you know the steps you need to take.
Fantastic. I'll just roll up the blueprint and I head back out of the lab.
Okay, and you can make a note of that. For ease of access, just call it Ghost Rock Kevlar blueprint. There you go.
Ghost Rock Kevlar.
It's gonna look fucking sick once he gets it done.
Oh
Yeah,
snap!
sounds like it's got the platform for potentially improving on as well.
100%.
Deflection. What?
Well, hey, who knows? Who knows? Ghost Rock is a mysterious material, and it makes everything it touches way better.
All right.
And that you do know. You've worked with Ghost Rock a shitload. Alright, do you want to do anything else in your office before you go? Or your lab?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, so Julian reconvenes, right? You join the rest of the people inside the wagon. And night comes to you all. You all find sleep. Well, let's see how well you find sleep. Everyone do me a vigor roll. And some of you have -1s. And, yeah, these rolls may not be bennied. So that is a success for Stella. Success for Julian. Very much success for Solomon.
Or mine was above Stella's.
Okay, and a success for Victor. Thank you. Okay, yes, indeed. You all find sleep very easily. You sleep very well. It's comforting. You know, the stagecoach is home now. And you feel good. On the next day, you guys no longer have your -1 to vigor rolls, and Julian, you no longer have your plus. It equaled out, so. So y'all are back to basic stats across the board. But yeah, you feel good. You have no idea what people are talking about not being able to sleep. You guys sleep just fine. And, you do your morning ritual routine. When you come down, you notice that Billy is still at the table, head down.
He's still asleep?
You can go check him out.
I'm checking him out.
Okay.
From a distance.
Oh, from a distance. Do me a notice roll then. Since you're not, like, up in his
See, I
barrel.
don't want to get near this guy.
Yeah. You can Benny that or let it roll.
I'll let it roll.
Okay. Yeah, so far as you can tell, head down at the table. He's just exactly where you guys left him. Blanket still on his shoulders.
She shoots everyone a thumbs up behind her. Yeah, I think he's still sleeping. Hopefully he's not dead or anything.
Victor will walk up to him and kind of give him a pat on the shoulder.
Okay. You give him a pat on the shoulder, no response.
Another shake, like, Billy, you there?
You shake him, no response. He's not snoring.
I was just kidding about the dead thing, guys.
I am now worried for a second and start looking him over, like, more concerned.
Alright, you do me do me a science roll. Let's see how your biology knowledge is with this.
That's gonna be an unskilled, ma'am.
There you go for it. Okay.
I can Benny that.
You can indeed if you want to. Or someone else can come help. Maybe somebody with medical or science background could, like, maybe step in.
Yeah, I think the medical scientist is gonna have to do this. Cause, yeah, Victor's, like, looking him over like, he doesn't look, he looks like he's just really passed out.
The kid didn't handle rejection very well.
Julian, I think you might need to look him over again.
Julian is gonna grab his arm gently and feel for a pulse.
There is none. He is dead.
What?
Oh no!
Yeah, Billy has
fellas,
died
I
in
have
your
some
carriage.
troubling news.
Is it? What?
And he, you feel his skin is clammy. Like he's been dead for quite a few hours.
Oh no. If we woken up earlier, you would have been alive. Damn. Shit. Victor basically curses.
You guys do anything else?
Julian puts his arm back on the table and
Thump.
looks at him sadly.
Yeah, the kid is
Grim
just...
news indeed.
He's lying there unmoving.
We better perhaps take the body over to his mother.
Hey, here's your
Over at
son.
the
He's
farm.
dead.
Yeah, he was in our care and he's dead now.
Oh,
Just say he was on the field and he was dead. There you go.
You could plant
Oh,
him
that might sound
somewhere.
worse.
Throw his body in
like-
the wilderness. This bitch empty.
This bitch lifeless.
I don't think we should explain this to the mother. If, since you said she probably has nothing important to tell us, I could probably just call Gus and tell the sheriff to bring some deputies to pick this boy up.
that'd probably
And,
be in our best interest, potentially. Now that I think about it.
I mean, oh, yes, I would agree.
Okay. Help me carry him outside. We'll, since I don't want any deputies coming in here, we'll just rest him on the side of the carriage.
Victor will start hoisting the gentleman up.
So Julian and Victor, does anyone else want to help carry the body out of the carriage? Or just those two?
Oh, help him out.
Okay. So Stella, Solomon?
Oh, no. Yeah,
Are you okay?
I was trying to get a sneeze out and you kept making me talk.
Oh, okay, sorry. Solomon, do you want to help or just...
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay. Alright, so all of you, you feel that, like, and this, he was a skinny kid. He couldn't have been more than, like, maybe 120 pounds soaking wet. And for some, you know, he was decently tall, but he feels dense. Like, dense. Like, it's like a medicine ball, where the medicine ball doesn't look like it's particularly heavy, but then you pick it up and it's like, oh shit, this is 50 pounds. So yeah, he seems a lot heavier than he looks. But you guys
Is he
all kind of
bloated?
realize this. No, he still looks... when a body dies, the gases and stuff take a little bit of time to start. He's definitely experiencing rigor mortis. So his limbs
Oh.
don't, like, they don't move freely. But they do move with a little bit of effort. But yeah, his body is stiff. But no, not bloated.
Okay.
And
I was like-
the morning air hits all of you as you exit, now with the body of Billy with you.
Poor Billy. Poor Billy. How old was this kid?
Early 20s, you could
Oh.
assess. Like probably like 20.
Still young and prime. Taken too early.
Well, I'm gonna draft a note for the sheriff and call Gus, and I think we could, Solomon, if you wouldn't mind saying a little prayer.
Okay.
I
As
think
Victor
that
will
would
you
make us all
put
feel
him-
better.
Put him
Whistle.
down on
When
the
we
side
find
of the...
appropriate
Yeah.
passage.
While
Victor-
Creed prepares. You see there's
Victor
an
will-
eagle flying in.
I think Victor will just kind of set him aside next to the carriage and just kind of keep him upright and kind of make him look as much as, like,
Asleep.
presentable.
That's fair. Alright, yeah, that happens.
Make him look like we didn't try or didn't kill him, just kind of...
Yeah. Yeah, and so, Julian, you hold out your arm. I mean, because your animal handling's getting better with Wrangler, so you kind of get the feeling, and you've seen the sheriff whenever he was handling the bird. So you hold up your arm, the eagle lands on it with a thud. It's a heavy eagle, a big one. And takes the note from you, immediately beelines it back to the law district. Oh yeah, the body
Yes,
of Billy is
and
set
I'm
up pretty
drafting the
nice.
note as well.
If you all could bow your heads.
Victor will bow his head.
Julian bows his head.
Stella bows her head.
Oh, Heavenly Father, in the hush of the night, you decided to call home this young soul. His journey here was too brief, but we gather here today with heavy hearts, seeking your comfort in the face of this loss. Embrace this departed soul with your boundless love and guide him to the eternal peace of your presence. As we grieve, grant strength to those who loved him, that they might find solace in your mercy. May his spirit find rest in the shelter of your wings. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Just kidding, amen.
Did you just say amen? Just kidding, amen?
Yeah. Okay. What exactly was in that note that you gave to the eagle, Julian?
Oh boy.
I'm about to post it right
Oh,
now.
sick. All right.
Hey yo, we found a dead body. Okay.
Hey, yo, guess what?
This
didn't
guy
do
just
it.
died in our carriage.
This dude fucking died, bro.
Yo,
Bro.
Sheriff, dead kid, lol.
Dead kid. Lol.
Dude got fucked on. My bad. Dude got dogged on.
Assistant Deputy Doctor Scientist. Yep. Okay, perfect.
No, it needs to be Professor Deputy Doctor.
Professor Deputy Doctor.
But yeah, so you give the note to the bird, and woof, woof, as the bird takes off and flies off to the law district. A few minutes pass, like 10 minutes pass, 15, and then you can hear footfalls of men running towards the carriage. 2 of them. As they approach, you can see they're they have deputy badges on, and they get there, and what happened here? And they're looking at the body, and then to all of you. The sheriff just told us to come immediately. He didn't really tell us why. There's just somebody dead we need to pick up. Is that Billy?
Yes. Oh, you know this boy. Yeah, I was interviewing him, and he fell asleep in the carriage. We let him stay overnight, and we just woke up and found him dead.
You just woke up and found him dead.
Yeah, the sheriff would understand why I was interviewing him. I sent him a note.
Wait, what are you in with the sheriff or something? There's
Yes, sir.
confusion on their faces.
Julian shows them the badge.
There you go. As soon as you do that, they're immediately like, understood. Alright, well, shit. Sorry about Billy. He was a little annoying, but he weren't bad.
No, he seemed like a good kid. Just seems like it just got the better of him. The exhaustion.
He died of exhaustion?
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry, never mind. Rewind that, because Victor didn't know that.
I mean,
Unless
they were
Julian
talking
mentioned
about it.
that.
Did Julian?
I mean,
did Julian update his posse on what he found, or?
I mean, he did say out loud to Solomon that he couldn't recognize, the source of the affliction.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You said that wasn't something like a normal sickness.
Yeah, like we saw the result of it. It was pretty obvious to everyone, but even after the inspection, Julian couldn't really find the source of it.
Right.
At
I just
least
was trying
biologically
to
speaking.
not metagame because I recall that
Yeah.
because I know that you did the roll for medical check, but you didn't. I don't remember if you mentioned it to everybody else.
Well, yeah, so we don't know exactly the reason for his passing, but
Shit.
I hope that after his body is examined, we might have a better idea.
Of course. We'll take it from here. and then
Right.
they step past the lot of you and they grab up Billy, and they
You
go.
do have a. Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask if like we do have a mortician in the town.
Yes, just behind the law district there we do.
Okay.
And they take the body, and so they're going around the town. They're like purposely, and they're just kind of like the way they have Billy. Obviously, his feet are dragging, but they're trying to make it look like he was just really, really drunk, to not cause people to stare, because more and more people now are noticing something's going on at your wagon. So yeah, the two of them are going around. Way around, they're disappearing to this side of the train station. They're making their way to the law district, but they're not cutting through the heart of the town.
They're making their way downtown.
Walking fast,
Walking
faces
fast.
and you're Benny bound.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody get a Benny for that whole, because everyone was involved with the Billy mystery. So, for you guys engaging, go ahead and give yourselves 1 extra Benny.
Yay. Well, this is kind of unfortunate because now we don't know where this ranch is, where the source of Billy's issues were.
The only detail you can
he did-
recall is east.
Guess we
We
could
could
ask
surely
around.
ask around. Yeah. Also, his mom might know after all, but hopefully we don't have to take it from her.
Do you think his mother took him out for him learning he was born inbred?
Oh, intrigue.
I don't think that was the circumstance, to be quite honest.
I don't know what him being circumcised has to do with anything.
Oh my god.
He did not seem to be of a Jewish descent.
Well, the mortician will probably include that in the report.
Yeah, the foreskin analysis.
Oh god.
What the fuck?
Alright, what do you guys do now?
Yeah, I guess we'll
So-
just. Oh, go ahead.
I think we should reconsider our priorities, considering somebody just died from this affliction.
I mean, weren't we thinking of figuring out what the source of these tired folks are coming from?
Yeah, we were. I was just thinking it might have to be an even more urgent matter now.
I would agree. The death of someone that we didn't. Death of something is very important to consider for sure.
Solomon, I know you really want to follow up on your doctor situation.
Oh, that is correct.
Do you think you're gonna split up, or
I don't believe that splitting up would be the best course of action with Mr. Mad Dog Monroe-ski or whatever
Mad Road.
being out in that trail.
Then I suppose we should find out where this ranch is, other than east.
I'd wager anyone who would logically be needing wheat for their establishment would know where this ranch is.
Oh, he was delivering wheat to the ranch, if I recall correctly.
I think he was just
Oh, he
doing
was.
deliveries.
Then we should probably head to the farm in town. They probably know.
It's possible that, especially since it was wheat involved, but I think we might want to leave the the farm potentially full. Since the mother might be there, we don't want to get ourselves trapped in that situation, if you know what I mean.
Perhaps the mother wouldn't recognize us. We can go one at a time or something like that, but
I suppose that could work too.
I'll just try my luck at the lumberyard real quick. And I'll go ask if they know the ranch.
Victor will go towards the honeymoon stables to get some more information on
Okay, so we
the
have
horse.
lumberyard and honeymoon stables. We'll do the lumberyard first. So I know Solomon's peeing. Stella, what do you choose to do?
I'll go to the lumberyard. I haven't been there.
Okay, lumberyard it is. And then when Creed returns, should be any moment now.
I will also return to the lumberyard, even though I've never been there.
Okay, so we'll do lumberyard first. So you guys, you can hear the sounds of large saws going. And the smell of freshly cut wood hits your nose well before you enter the lumberyard itself. It's a large yard, larger than what it might appear in the map. And inside the building, it's very big and spacious. On the bottom, you can tell there's a large loft, second floor, where probably, whoever runs this place lives. But you notice there's a man working one of the large circular saws inside the mill, and there's loud is filling up the entirety of this this area down here. He cannot hear you, but he sees you all as your silhouettes block out the light from outside, and he nods to you and holds up one finger while the blade is still going.
I would like to inspect to find out how he's powering a circular saw.
I mean, there's gas-powered saws. Oh, you know what? I got something better. Yeah, do me a notice roll.
Making you think here.
Yeah, no, I like it. Thanks to you, I had a great idea. Okay. And the whirring, as you get closer, it started off sounding like "Vroom," and you hear "Vroom," and you hear different pitches of this, like a "Vroom," and different sorts of sounds coming from this machine. Solomon, you notice that the blade itself, it's spinning really quick, so it's hard to make out. Anything that's spinning, its form just becomes a blurred disc in and of itself. But you can see that there are 2 stripes of teal in this disc as it's spinning rapidly.
Excellent.
And, once the log is finished, then you hear and you can see that the blade now, as it slows down, there are 2 large zigzag sort of crackles into this blade that emit a familiar teal glow. And this man is who greets you. He does not have a gun in his hand, but he's got he's got the sideburns, but totally shaved mustache and chin. And he kind of wipes sweat off of his brow. He's, he just kind of looks at you all and goes, "Good day. What can I do for you?" He watches the 3 of you.
Oh, the young lady here wanted to come check out your operation, so I just accompanied her.
Y'all,
I'm sorry, you're the only one that I heard said they were coming here whenever I got back from the restroom.
Y'all, want to put in any orders, or? Name's Sunny.
Stella looks at Julian, who wanted to come here. She just wanted to check the place out. She's just
Sightseeing.
gonna she's just gonna put her hands on her hips and look around and try not to make eye contact. Not suspicious
This
at all.
this ain't a museum there, little lady.
I
Y'all
just
putting
saw
an
like your
order in,
wood,
or-
you know, like look at this log here, and she'll like
I
kick
love
at
it.
a log.
You guys are like, let's go to this guy's place of work. Make him stop what he's doing. You're like, I'm here to look around at your place.
What was the
Call
name of
Victor.
the What was the name of the ranch again that Billy
The-
told us about?
The ranch was a Rickshaw Ranch.
Rickshaw
Right.
Ranch.
Rickshaw Ranch.
Julian greets the man. He introduces himself and asks, "What's your name?"
Name's Sonny. From a sunny
Sonny.
disposition. He is not smiling as he's looking at you guys, but he is being polite. Like, you know. He doesn't have a hard expression on, just a business serious one.
Well, if we're being formal, Julian holds out his badge. And he says, he's
Okay.
I'm looking for directions to Rickshaw Ranch.
You're an assistant deputy and you don't know where Rickshaw Ranch is? He
I
looks
happen to be
never-
new around here.
Ah, understood. It's to the east. I typically get lumber there from their ranch. They have a huge, they grow their own orchard of trees over that way, and I buy the lumber from them.
I believe it's pronounced orchid.
You're not there. No, you are there.
I am there.
You are there. He looks at Solomon and is like, "What's an orchid?"
An apple orchid, a tree orchid. Never mind.
He goes, "Okay," and he looks back to Julian.
So
East of here,
you say to the
half
east.
a day's ride. There's a trail there. There's 3 separate trails that go east. One turns north, one goes south, and one sticks straight east. Straight east. Stay on that trail, don't stray from it, and you'll be there before you know it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Of course. There's anything else I can do for you, deputy?
Does Julian recognize the teal on the saw?
Yes, 100%. It's Ghost Rock. And you have not seen a saw powered by Ghost Rock before. And the whirring
Julian
sound
is-
sounded like the usual moaning of Ghost Rock mixed with the sound of a blade whirring.
So Julian is pleasantly surprised by the creativity. Where'd you get that saw over there? Did you make it yourself, or did you buy it?
Bought it.
Do
Years
you mind if I
ago.
ask where?
Oh, shit. I can't remember. I'm sorry. It was some kind of passing merchant. He had this huge wagon that was all made of metal. Didn't need no horses to pull it. I don't know how he was getting that thing moving around, but he was selling all sorts of fancy things like this with the green whatsits in it. And he kind of gestures to the blade. You can tell the way he's talking about it, he doesn't really know what he bought. He just needed like a blade, but he just ended up getting a really badass, very efficient blade that runs on Ghost Rock.
A metal wagon. You happen to remember the man's name?
No, I'm sorry. I think he said something like, I don't know. I want to say a W name, like a, I don't know, like a Wallace or something. Maybe Wallace. I don't know. I'm sorry, Wallace, or maybe Wally, Walter, something along that neighborhood. I'm sorry. It was, again, years ago.
Right. Okay. Well, years. That lasts a long time. Julian gets closer so he can inspect the mechanism and kind of try to make out how it works.
Sure.
Maybe he could learn from it.
Yeah, do a weird science roll. This is definitely, like, your neck of the woods.
Right.
It's a success. So yeah, you know this thing is 100% Ghost Rock infused. You notice too that there's a line that goes from the saw past the table to the ground, and the line is buried. It looks almost like a cable.
Hey, what's this thing attached to the saw over here, getting buried in the ground?
Sunny kind of walks around. You notice too, Sunny walks the limp. He favors his left side whenever he walks. And he kind of bends down and squints. I mean, can I tell you a secret, Deputy?
Of course.
I inherited this place from my pa, and he always told me not to head down into the cellar. I just always listened. This saw is just... my pa had some other kind of contraption hooked up here. But then when he passed away, and I turned this place into a proper lumber yard, it was some kind of old forge before, I think, that he used to run here, and not anymore. We haven't done forging here in years. And I just sort of outfitted this with my blade, and went from there.
Uh-huh. Julian turns around and looks at Stella and Solomon and says, "This visit has just gotten a lot more interesting."
I love that you guys chose to go to the lumberyard. I did not think you guys would go to the lumberyard. Awesome.
I totally didn't expect it to be this useful, honestly.
Surprise.
Well, what you're saying, sir, sounds incredibly interesting to me. The mechanism with which this is powered is, I know it very personally. I think
He lifts an eyebrow.
your granddad might have been some sort of engineer, and I'd love to take a good look at his work if you would allow me.
What are you asking to go to the cellar?
Yes, if it's not too much trouble,
No.
I think.
I don't even go down there, mister. I don't know what's down there. It's not a big cellar, I know that much, but no. If I'm not going down there, I'm not letting anyone else go down there. A deputy or not.
I think I could probably help you out quite a bit, just by taking a look at things down there.
My machine works fine.
Mhm.
I'm very much a purveyor of if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
All right. Well, thank you for your time anyway.
He nods, and if there's anything else I can do for you, though, please don't hesitate to ask. Anything to help the lovely deputies of Lubbock.
Thank you, sir.
You said he got his wood from that farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna guess there's a stockpile of it somewhere.
Yeah. There's plenty of the logs
I would like
all over.
to go look at it with my mom.
Okay. Do the thing.
Once I remember where to roll. Here we go.
Okay. You guys notice, once again, Solomon pulls the eye patch down, and he is peering around at the logs. The logs themselves are inert. They don't, nothing special about them.
That's all I needed.
Yep. And he, Sonny is now standing there, leaned, favoring his left side on the table. And he's just looking at the three of you. You can tell he's waiting, he's being polite and waiting for you guys to go before he begins his work again. Because he just can't hear you.
All right, Sonny. Thank you for your time. We'll head out.
I head up.
She waves goodbye.
As I'm walking out, I just cast a glance around the entire room, though,
Around the entire
Well-
room?
while still looking, just to see if I notice anything.
So the entire room, the perimeter of the room is uninteresting, but Sonny has a little bit of that dark purple aura about him.
That's what I expected. Okay, I leave.
We know where the wrench is now. Just gotta wait for Victor now.
Alright.
Alright, And so while you guys are doing all of this, Victor. So you go to the honeymoon stables, and you get there about the same time they get to the lumberyard. What do you guys do? Or what do you do there at the honeymoon? Victor?
I just forgot that I was muted.
You're fine.
So I go over and find one of the stable boys, someone that works at the stables.
Yeah, easily enough. There's multiple, men working at the stables, and, many of them are working with the horses, or they're feeding cows or goats, or, hello, one of them calls out to you. It's a woman, actually, that calls out to you. She's this petite woman, but strong. You could tell, like, she hauls hay bales a lot, but...
Ooh, strong woman.
Yeah, and she, hello, how can I help you?
I am just looking to get some information about a recent incident, it seems like, that happened over here.
Oh, shoot, you're asking about the horse, right?
Yes.
Come in, and she kind of gestures to the main barn. You follow?
Yep, I follow.
Okay. Yeah, it's as you enter the barn, the smell of horses and hay hits your nose. Little touch of manure too. It's not the most
lovely.
pleasant thing, but barns never smell good, so pretty normal.
Yep.
She calls out. She goes, Crest! Mr. Moon, there's someone here to talk to you. And a moment, you wait for a second, and you hear, I'll be down there in a second, give me a second. And she turns to you, I'm sorry. I'm Sally, by the way, and she extends a hand to shake your hand.
He gives a smile and a nod and gives a shake of the hand.
Yeah, it's
Victor Caldwell.
Victor, nice to meet you. I'm really sorry. It's Mr. Moon and Mrs. Moon it's been a lot with that horse. It was really nasty business, and I'll let him tell you. I could talk your ear off about it all day, but I won't. And she just kind of stands off to the side and waits. And a couple more minutes pass, and then you hear as a large lump of rope comes slumping down off of the top banisters up on top of the barn, and you see this gentleman starting to rappel down the rope as he comes down to greet you. Thump thump.
Oh, damn.
As he lands, and he straightens up, and he smooths his dreadlocks back and looks at you. Hello. Sorry about that. He kind of chuckles and looks up to the loft. The missus and I were talking up there. And he kind of looks askant for a little bit. Anyway, I'm Mr. Moon. Nice to meet you. And he extends his hand.
Still gives a nod and shake of his hand.
It's a firm handshake, like a good, strong, meaty handshake.
Definitely gives a firm handshake back, and I'm
Yeah.
Mr. Caldwell. Thank you.
Mr. Caldwell.
Meeting with... Yes. Mr. Caldwell.
I'm sorry. I argue with deputy, just concerned citizen. You have to excuse me. We've talked the whole damn town's ear off about what happened, so you're not familiar to me.
Just a concerned citizen, as it were.
Okay, fair enough. Cut to the chase. I'm sure you heard the rumor going around. We got one of our prized horses stolen by the Reed brothers. Don't really understand how or why. We keep a close eye on all of our horses, especially our breeding ones. Unfortunately, this season was rough for all of us, and, it had some issues with infertility, and I won't bore you with the boring horse details, but long story short, our only breeding male's gone. And we do not have a replacement for him. And literally our whole job is to get horses up and going, and that's our main source of income is horses. And eventually the horses die. We can't exactly sell more if we don't have more that are growing up while the others are getting ridden. You understand.
Yes, I do.
And he starts to go into like details about the horse if you're interested in helping him find it. It's the sheriffs have been doing everything, or the sheriff and his deputies have been doing everything that they can, but he doesn't have a whole lot of faith in the deputies. He likes the sheriff, but the deputies that are employed, he's not so sure of, at least not all of them. There's so many. It's kind of like he says, it's a quantity over quality sort of thing here in Lubbock. They just have a shitload of deputies, but the trustworthiness and the intelligence of them is to be desired. And,
Understandable.
He says the horse that they lost was so black it almost looked blue, like a dark blue, sort of shimmering fur to it, mane. Has a white spot on its left hind flank and a pink nose. And you do remember seeing that exact horse at the camp that was outside of the old lady's home.
A what? I'm sorry, I should have been paying attention a little bit more. I
You're fine.
apologize.
The horse is so black it's almost blue. It's like a raven black sort of deal. As a white spot on its left flank and a pink nose. And you do recall seeing that horse that matches that description at the camp, the Reed Brothers camp that you guys took an injured Solomon to.
White spot on left flank.
Yep. White spot on its left flank and a pink nose.
And pink nose. Okay. And I'm going to notate that we saw this horse before.
And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. We've already put in an order for a replacement stallion, but I mean, it's not gonna get here for a long time, and we got money to make. I got a family to feed, and all these ranch hands to. Hey, Sally, and she's like, "Hello, Mr. Moon." He's talking right there. I have a lot of ranch hands. I also need to help feed, so. Yeah, it's sooner rather than later. I'm pissed as hell.
Well, let's just say that there'll be work to be done on this for sure. And I'll see what we can do. He motions out towards the direction of where they were, the lumberyard, where his compatriots are at.
He follows your gesture and nods. Oh, your compatriots went to go see Sonny. I'm sorry for them.
Oh, I'm sorry for him too. He just kind of gives a chuckle.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate. Do you recall what direction they ran off to?
They when they initially, I don't know where, because initially the horse was stolen in the middle of the night. And we had no idea it was the Reed brothers until they returned. They came from the southwest, and then they were here. They got spotted immediately. We drummed up a whole big fuss to try to get them, and we thought we were about to rope them off the horses, but they got away, and they ran off. They ran off to the east. From there, I don't know. They just ran out of town, but who knows where the hell they could be by now. They could be in damn Louisiana by now, for all I know.
That's all I needed to hear was just to find out what direction they were going.
Alright, well.
Seems like it might be a little bit more tough than we thought, but I'm sure we'll figure something out.
I mean, good fucking luck. It's, I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but it's just, it's, and he just pinches his nose. I ordered 2 more stallions from Dallas, but it's gonna take a while. They're coming in through the railway, and they'll be here, in a week or so, but still, that was our prize stallion, and if you were to get him back for us, we'd be greatly appreciative, and we'd make it worth your while.
We'll do what we can.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. If you need anything else, please let me know. And you ain't the group that rode in on the horses in that carriage, did you?
Sure enough.
And he kind of looks out. He looks outside the barn towards your guys' wagon. Notice you're missing a horse. What happened to the white one?
He kind of gives a sigh and just kind of just says, unfortunately, one of them, our compatriot was, he kind of hesitates for a moment and he just kind of is like, well, we had an incident out in the, near the, what was it, the ravine? Was it the ravine?
Mm-hmm.
We had an incident in the ravine area, and unfortunately the horse was caught in the ravine.
Ah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, here. If y'all manage to bring back that damn horse, I'll get you one of our best horses for free. How's that sound? Think your buddy'd like that?
I think he would appreciate that most assuredly.
Alright, well, it's a deal then. And he sticks his hand out.
Shakes his hand.
Alright. Good luck.
Any other information that perhaps that you can share?
Let's see. Well, the horse it's a good horse. He, very fertile. He's bred so many of our horses that we got, and I mean, he's still got plenty good years left in him for breeding, but he is dumb as a sack of rocks. If you, he's like, you know what? He kind of disappears further into the barn for a little bit. You can still see him. He's rummaging around some certain things. He comes back and he hands you 3 green apples. These green apples from Sendell Farm up north. He loves these. This is his favorite treat. He'll do anything, and I mean anything, if you got one of these apples and you let him know. Might help you locate him or lure him to, want to work with you or not run away from you or whatever you need to do, but here. And yeah, he hands you over 3 green apples.
3 green apples.
Yep. So special horse snacks for the prize stallion.
Green apples from Sundell Farms for prized breeding horse.
Yep. That's really all I got.
I think that'll do mighty fine. And he puts the apples in the pouch or his little satchel and tips his hat, and we appreciate all the information you can give, and we'll do what we can.
He dips his head to you, and I appreciate you so much. If you can make something happen with that, you'd be helping to save Honeymoon Stables, because I feel like we got ripped off from Dallas, but what are you gonna do? That's gotta work with what we got. So
Exactly. I understand the feeling, but we'll get to work on that.
he nods again, and you see, are you leaving?
Yep.
As Sally's waving you off too as you leave.
He gives a wave off to her, and then he heads back to the carriage.
Okay. Do you guys reconvene at the carriage?
Sure.
Alright, so you guys have
looks like it.
information to share with each other if you so choose.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. So we all get up back at the carriage? Okay.
Yeah, and we recap. Victor, we know the way now, and also we're going to raid the lumber yard at some point. I haven't decided when.
What do you mean by raiding the lumber yard?
Well, you see,
you
that
got
brings
some-
us to the sponsor of today's journey. Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my god. Excellent.
You got some
Shadow
ghost rock
Legends.
shit down there. I can smell it.
I swear if you cause any more problems in this town than they need,
Oh, you won't be saying that when I make you a bulletproof vest.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I found out the direction that the Reed brothers, or was it the Reed brothers,
Mhm.
or is it the? Is it? Oh yeah, it is the Reed brothers. Okay,
Yeah, the Reed
that the Reed
brothers
brothers
are
were
the...
heading before they disappeared. Seems like they were heading out east, but that's all I could figure from the stable master. So unless we did some digging out in the town itself, that's all I got from him.
Okay, well, I don't think we should waste any more time and lose daylight. We should probably head to the ranch.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
All right. So yeah, it's like mid-morning now. Yeah, guys, it didn't take much time for you guys to go around and have your conversations. So how do you guys proceed? Do you want to take the entire stagecoach? Do you want to just saddle up your horses and go? And one of you double up?
It's a half a day of ride, is what, right? You said.
Yes, half day's ride to the ranch.
I
Do you
would
guys think-
suggest, since it is half a day, we take the stagecoach as it's a half day there, then we have to do what we have to do, and then right back. We're probably gonna have to camp out at some point. I would rather camp within the confines of the stagecoach, as it were.
You know what? I think you make a good point. And Victor will start getting noblemen ready to go and climb up top to the stagecoach.
Okay. So you guys are all getting your horses like hooked up to the wagon so they're following through the Red
Yes,
Dead Redemption
allow me to
whistle.
hook up my horse.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. So who is? You guys can choose. Do you want to ride on your own horse? Do you want to ride on the wagon? Do you want to ride in the wagon? Make the seating order, please. However you guys want to be on the trail.
Victor's the only one with riding.
I'm gonna ride on the wagon. Stagecoach.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
Stella.
inside of it,
Okay.
preparing a snack.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Father Creed, I had learned that if we find this mysterious black horse, that we might get you another horse to replace the one that you lost.
They better learn how to fly because it's gonna need it.
I hope we don't have to have it learn to fly. That'll be unfortunate.
Well, you do have that music box, so
No, I do not, actually.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
are you telling Creed you don't have it?
I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
I already gave it to my superiors, so it's already taken care of.
All right, Julian.
Don't worry your pretty little head, Mr. Father Creed.
Julian, are you going to be? Because you guys can see it like one more in the front, on the wagon, comfortably. Before you guys are going to be like knee to knee, hip to hip, if you sit three, in the front of the wagon. But it can be done. Or do you want to be riding inside the wagon with Creed?
I think somebody should keep the driver company, so I can go sit with Victor unless Stella wants to, since she's the
I'll sit with
mentee.
Victor. Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll
Okay.
Take up space. She's pretty small.
She is very small.
Okay. You go ahead. You guys can do some more mentorship stuff. I'll
I
be
can throw
here
my
with the
knife.
old man. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, Julia's gonna be inside the stagecoach with Solomon.
Okay, and you guys set out. So now you are back out onto the trail. Let me see if I have appropriate music for this. Alright, so you guys are once again out on the trail. I'll be all notated when the last time you ate was. Because now we are entering survival mechanics where you need to monitor your eating and drinking. And right now it's still mid-morning, so you're starting your day early. You know, I'd say it's like 8 in the morning, so it's decently early. The sun is over the mountains, but, you know, it hasn't climbed to its apex yet, so. And there you go. So now we have the pecking order. We've got... Hold on, getting the stream right, because it's all zoomed out funky. And I know Victor's taking a bathroom break.
Yep.
Hey, Solomon.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
No, you're good.
Alright. Do I need to do any rolls or anything?
Not yet. Because,
Not yet.
I think Julian's trying to talk to Solomon.
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
Julian outside? Am I crazy?
Mm-mm. He's inside with
Oh.
you.
I thought he said he was gonna be outside. That's why I was confused.
No, I put you guys side by side in the back. Because you guys are headed eastward.
Oh yes, Julian.
Do you think God loves me even though I toss a lot of pies?
Oh, the Lord loves and forgives all. Yes.
Have you ever, you know,
Have I ever what?
Have you ever loved a woman before?
have you known the touch of a woman in these last moons?
In these last moons? No.
In this last decade?
Oh,
He's not even that old.
in
He's the
another
youngest
time,
one in the
in
party.
another life, perhaps.
You telling me? Wait, you know what? Never mind. We'll unpack this with Victor, actually.
Unpacked it with Victor. You start with Solomon and it's like, oh, he's still young and he's a father. His chances are nil right now.
Sorry, I'm gonna mute my phone.
That's funny.
At this time, I'm gonna need the drivers. Do me a riding roll really quick there, Victor.
All right. Is Stella gonna assist if she wants to?
Certainly can.
Only if needed.
Okay. Well, here goes.
Okay. Oh, pya! Crack the whip, and the horses are at your command. They're good horses. They're well trained. It doesn't take a lot to, you know, have them heed your commands. And they're
Just don't give it to Father Creed.
so I'll let you decide, Victor. Do you want to go at a very quick pace, a normal pace, or a slow pace? The very quick pace will get you to your destination quicker, but you will suffer. You are louder. You're more of a racket on the trail. That could alert some things. And your notices will be at a -1 because, you're going to be focusing more on keeping the horses steady and going rather than keeping an eye on everything around you. If you go very slow, you will get to your destination slower, but you will have a +1 to any notice rolls because you're taking your time. You're enjoying the scenery. You're going to be more wary of the things around you. It's your decision.
I think since we got the wagon or the carriage with me, I think he would go a little bit slower.
Okay.
Or no, maybe he'll go just at a normal pace.
Okay. So no negatives
Yeah.
or minuses, and you are just the average amount of noisy.
Well, I'll ask the group. What do you guys think?
Okay. You ask Stella, and you also open up the door that leads into the wagon directly from the seating in the front.
Yeah, I just basically start normal for now and just how soon do we want to get there?
Yes.
pace is fine.
So everyone's good with
Yeah.
normal speed?
Normal speed it is then.
Normal speed it is. Okay, now I need both of you that are riding in the front to do notice roll.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
Oh, look at that horse's ass! Wow.
Do you want to Benny that or let it slide?
I'll Benny it.
Okay.
Ugh.
Do you want to Benny that or let it slide?
One more time.
Alright, okay. Okay,
Better.
so, yeah, you guys are riding out in the trail and everything's fine. Everything's normal.
Well,
I'm sorry, not every single notice is gonna have something. But yeah, everything is totally fine. Nothing's sneaking up on you guys. There's no odd rustling. It's all very even keel.
Nothing sneaking up on us this time again.
A couple hours pass. Do you guys want to have any interludes that you guys want to do? Any kind of like rapport building, story investment while you guys are traveling in these hours? Because we're speeding up time to, you know.
Creed's taking a nap.
Okay. Creed takes a nap. Julian? Victor? Stella?
I'm
I would
surprised
say
Julie.
Stella was talking, and then she fell asleep.
Oh, okay.
Aw. Victor
Julian's
just kind
just
of looks.
snacking and reading.
Okay.
Victor looks to Stella and just kind of chuckles and just shakes his head and just keeps riding along.
Okay. All right, so now it's you know, late morning. It's on the cusp of noon. And Victor, you're the only one awake. Go ahead and do me a notice roll.
Oh boy.
Okay. You notice off in the distance there is a figure standing. It's standing, you can see the top of its head right there. It's peeking out over that rock. That rock is really tall. Like, you notice the figure peeking up in the hat and just something that looks to be roughly humanoid, but you can't make out any features. It's a very bright day. And yeah, the shimmer that's coming off of the sand, because it is a hot day, it's kind of distorting the figure a little bit. But you could swear that rock it's standing behind is really tall. Like, at least 8 or 9 feet tall. That's weird. There's something peeking up at you from behind that.
Huh. It looks familiar.
Without a raise, just looks like a figure. You're not really sure. You've never seen anything. It might be an optical illusion, but you've never seen anything this tall.
He'll kind of notate that into his head and actually, you know, he'll kind of give a little rustle over to Stella.
She like tips her hat back and looks around.
Alright, do me a notice roll, Stella?
Do you see what I see, Stella? He looks towards the direction of where the figure is standing.
Oh yeah, Stella, you see it. You see an ominous-looking figure, roughly humanoid. It's very hard to make out any details other than you can swear it's wearing a hat. Its face is like humanoid in shape, but the shimmer of the heat, again, is distorting its view from you. But something that's very clear is that rock it's standing behind is really tall.
That's weird. Is that like a cactus or something?
You could approach. Do you want to stop the cart and approach?
It's giving me the creeps.
Victor is definitely not stopping this cart. No, sir. He's...
Are you guys maintaining eye contact with it, or do you look away?
I look at it and then I look away towards the horse's ass.
Okay. Victor?
Just look. Victor doesn't keep an eye on it. Just like, as long as it doesn't bug us, I don't think there's gonna be any issues here. And he goes back to motioning for the horses.
Okay.
Or keeping up the horses' pace.
So both of you break eye contact with it?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Pay no mind
Pay no
to the
mind.
mysterious forces of beyond.
All right. A couple more hours pass by, and you can see there is on the horizon what appears to be a couple of buildings and a fence that's fencing off quite a decent bit of land. Behind the buildings, you can see that there's this orchid of trees behind it.
Orchid?
Orchard. I was making a solemn
Oh,
joke.
you're making a joke.
I get the joke.
Yeah.
It's making fun of Applejack.
Oh, poor Applejack.
She ain't even here.
All right. Victor
but
and
we
Stella.
noticed you.
Yeah, you noticed this. It's just obvious. It's right there. It is directly on this eastern path. You guys did not stray from the path. So go ahead and both of you do me one final notice roll.
Give me 1 sec. I'm
Okay.
grabbing myself food.
Yeah, no worries.
Checking to make sure my ranches here are not fired. Okay. Run, 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 run. Running and running and running. Okay. And
Okay. Yeah, it's looking around. You what direction are you guys looking in? Do you guys look like behind the cart at all? Do you look to the sides of the cart, or are you looking straight and like a little to the left, a little to the right?
I think Victor will look straight, but he'll kind of look occasionally to the left and right. He kind of hopes that Stella would be his eyes to see, like, check around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like has her like legs crossed, arms crossed, and just looking mainly to the right, but she'll glance left occasionally.
Okay.
Her head's like leaning back on the thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's as you guys look around, nothing. Everything is very normal, quiet. And it's at this time you guys come across the perimeter of this farm. Now there's no map for it, so we're entering Theater of the Mind, everybody.
Theater of the mind.
So you guys are at the front of this ranch, and you can see, big sign above it, Rickshaw Ranch. Is what the sign reads. You guys have arrived. And it's about later in the afternoon.
Victor kind of stops the carriage right in front of the ranch and knocks on the wooden door toward inside,
Okay.
just kind of signaling to the rest of the group.
Alright. So yeah, the two of you inside, you can hear bang, 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 bang coming from the outside. And you can also feel the cart as it stops.
Alright, Creed would wake up then.
Wake up from his slumber.
Yep, sleepy Creed. Do you guys head outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you guys do, you are welcomed by the beating Texas heat. It is a very hot day today. And you're reminded how nice it is inside the carriage versus outside. Stella and Victor have been, slowly acclimating to the heat all day, so it's definitely weird stepping outside of the nicely, strangely air-conditioned wagon.
Feel well rested.
Well, I'm sure.
Well, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a little tired actually. Can we chill for a couple hours? What? Maybe eat something real quick first. Well, actually,
You guys are in survival mechanics. The last time you guys ate was this morning. So you're not suffering any penalties yet, but you can eat if you want to.
I think we'll all grab a quick snack, or at least I will, just to make sure I've eaten.
Okay, I'm sure to note that down. That it is later in the afternoon, or late afternoon, and you have eaten.
And of course a drink too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do we have like food that is practical to take as a snack? I don't even remember what we have in the carriage anymore.
You guys have like dried meats.
Right,
Uh-huh.
Dried meat. You guys have dried meats and things, and whatever you've prepped. There's probably like leftover
Okay,
beans.
I'll grab some dried meat for everyone and hand it.
Perfect. All right.
Okay, now
You
we
guys
can
take
go.
your canteens. I assume you fill it up in the wagon before you go.
Yep.
All right. So you all are watered and fed. We can assume you do the same for your horses because they were with you during the duration of this trip. They were just tied
Yep.
up to the wagon. And yeah, do you guys enter the property of the Rickshaw Ranch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, show.
All right. So you enter the ranch, and it's nice. There's quite a bit of grass here. It's you can tell they take really good care of their land. They probably fertilize all of their land, not just the crops that they grow. You know, it looks different than the rest of the surrounding area, especially the trees. You notice as you get closer, the orchard is beautiful. They have all sorts, and they even have it in a cycle. So they've got their oldest trees. It looks like right now in the growing cycle, they're in the way back. And then as the trees come of age to be harvested, they are, and then the trees in front of them are slightly younger, and then that row in front of them slightly younger, and so on and so forth until you get down to like saplings. And then beyond the saplings are more really, much older trees that you feel are probably close to harvesting. They have a cycle going on to where most of the time they have wood that could be available. They're pretty smart with their trees and their growing. Especially because trees take a long ass time to grow. So, this is a long process. And yeah, you notice the orchard right away. The farmhouse itself is nice. It's 2 stories. It's very well maintained. It looks like the siding has been recently redone. It's just a very well-off farm. You notice a little ways away there's a barn, and you can hear the sound of farm animals around. You see a couple of chickens running around near the front porch of the main house. Yeah, other than that, there's flowers in a couple of flower beds up in front of the house. You can tell this is a very well-loved and lived-in ranch.
Seems like this family is well-to-do.
And well off. Oof.
They're probably doing some sort of operation here to be doing so well, or could be the inherited money too. I guess we'll find out.
Yep. Guess we'll find out. Victor walks towards the ranch entrance.
Okay, do you all follow?
Yep.
Yeah.
I take it the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Whatever it is, the front door is.
Yeah. Alright, there's a big knocker there. Like a big old-fashioned metal... Yeah, there's some boobs there. But no, a big
Knockers.
door knocker there. And the door knocker on it has an ox head. Do you use the knocker, or do you just knock on the door normal? Or try the doorknob, or break a window? Or set the house on fire.
Set the house on
All
fire.
options
you know?
available.
Anarchy! No, Victor will use the knocker.
Okay. Doom, doom, doom. On the knocker, you hear... And you hear a coming from inside the house. There's, a little bit And then you hear the door open, and you're looking at eye level, you see nothing. Until you hear, "Hi!" And you look down and there's a little girl that's standing there, and she's looking up at you with huge blue eyes. "Hi." And she's just looking at all of you.
I draw my sword.
No.
She screams and
Kidding,
immediately
kidding,
runs away.
Kidding.
As she's
Roll
looking up-
back that.
As she's looking up at you guys, "Hi."
Is this little? I'm guessing this is a really young girl.
Yeah,
right?
she's like
Okay.
8.
5. Oh, 8.
Yeah, like
Oh,
7 or
she's
7
a
or 8.
child?
She's a literal child.
I draw my sword.
She immediately darts
Kidding, I'm
inside.
kidding.
Okay. If you do that again, I'm gonna take it as you're saying it into reality. But yeah, she
I draw a pencil or a picture of my sword.
Wait, really? Do you pull out a piece of paper and a pencil? Do you have a piece of paper and a pencil?
I don't know.
Okay, you should keep track of your stuff, not me.
I don't know if I have a piece of paper. or pencil.
I'll figure it out.
Check in my pockets.
Well, hello, little miss. Is your father and mother here?
Yeah. And she does nothing.
we-
She's standing there and staring at you.
Can we speak to them?
I don't know. She just kind of, she kind of like moves from side to side and she starts humming to herself and she's staring at you.
Victor kind of looks to the other group, other posse, just like, I'm out here.
I'm not good at kids.
Julian
There's not a lot
pokes his
back where I
head.
was at.
Julian pokes his head inside the house
Hey!
shouts.
She's looking at you and she's like right below you now.
and he shouts over her head, "Any adult in the house?"
Yes, I'm 1 second. I'm so sorry. And you hear a woman, like a fully grown woman from upstairs. After a couple of minutes, she comes down the stairs, and you see she's carrying a baby on her hip. "Jasmine, you get away from the door right now!" As she, approaches the door. I'm so sorry. My apologies. It's, she loves new people. Yeah, you have to excuse her. And she kind of bounces
we
the baby
noticed.
on her hip. What can I do? What can I do for you all? Welcome to Rickshaw.
Well-
Hi.
Oh, go ahead.
We're just here to inquire about some business, and Julian shows her the badge.
Oh, deputy! Of course, of course. Come, please, come in. Make yourselves at home.
Is a deputy doctor scientist for you? Thank you.
Oh! She kind of looks at you. For a
Victor
minute.
visibly rolls his eyes, just like, oy vey.
Please, I insist. Do any of you want any coffee or anything to drink? I just made some
Absolutely,
sweet
yeah.
tea.
We'll have some coffee. Yeah. Julian is like ecstatic about what the badge is doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of power in the region now. But yeah, she immediately, like, with the baby on her hip, she's like, "You all make yourselves comfortable in the parlor, and I'll be right there." And there is like a very tiny, like, parlor is a really strong word for this. It's more like a nook, like a little breakfast nook. But it's quaint. It's like it's pretty. Like, there's a little vase of flowers there. It looks like flowers that were on the prairie that were just plucked. And, there was 6 chairs there around a tiny breakfast nook. Very, like, family dining sort of deal going on in there. But it's cute. It's comfortable. And she's in the kitchen, which can be seen from where you guys are sitting. So, and she's like, you can hear the clink of glasses and things, and she's getting a pitcher of sweet tea, and then also coffee that she had brewed. Who would like what? We got water, we got sweet tea, coffee. Give me your orders, and I'll bring it on over.
Sweet tea. Oh.
I'll take a
One sweet tea,
cup of coffee.
cup of coffee,
I have some coffee too.
coffee. Then she looks to Solomon.
Sweet tea, please.
Sweet tea, 2 and 2, easy. Here, Benjamin, you run along. And she, like, puts the baby, it's a toddler, really. And she puts the little kid on the ground. And the toddler kind of, you know, he waddles off somewhere. And she, you know, so she's getting you guys the drinks, and she comes over and sets them all down, and she has another glass of sweet tea for herself, so everyone gets you get your coffee and your sweet tea. All right. What can I
just
do
want to
for
say
y'all?
something before. Sorry.
Yeah.
Before she comes back in, Victor looks to Julian. It's like, now listen here. There comes power, or with power there comes responsibility. No, they're kidding.
Giving him the badge lecture.
Yep, the badge lecture.
He hasn't even given Stella the badge lecture.
Victor, relax, okay? We're investigating. We're just having some coffee, okay? I didn't ask to I don't know, get something unreasonable for free.
I'm just saying, be careful with what you're using with that badge. I swear.
I promise I won't steal her from her husband with my charm and authority. Okay.
But anyway, yeah. Then go ahead. Sorry, I just felt like I should add that in just to be funny. But Victor will take the coffee that she hands him.
God, what was the little girl's name? I already forget what I named the little girl.
I don't even know.
Jasmine?
Jasmine, thank you.
Nice.
Perfect. Good shit. You get a Benny for remembering the name.
Yippee!
So Julian introduces everyone. He's like, "Hello,
Okay.
miss. My name's Assistant Deputy Julian.
At the...
We got Victor here, Father Creed, and Stella."
Oh, it's lovely to meet y'all. Where are my manners? My name is Clementine Rickshaw, and my husband's Andrew Rickshaw. And the kids, y'all already met Jasmine, and that was Benjamin. I just sat down.
And where is your husband right now, miss, if you don't mind me asking?
No, not at all. He's in the barn. I can fetch him if you'd like. If y'all don't mind babysitting for a
think-
couple of minutes.
I think that would be a good idea.
As you're talking, like, there was an open seat next to you, Julian. And while you were talking, saying, "Oh, it sounds good," you hear a "hi," right next to you on the chair. You could have sworn she wasn't there like 1 minute ago. But yeah, Jasmine
So I
is
do my
sitting there.
classic Homer Simpson scream.
She also screams. And then she squeals,
just-
like, laughing. She claps. She liked that quite a bit. And you see Clementine, she laughs, and she goes, "Okay, Jasmine, be good. I'll be right back. Let me get your father." And she steps out of the house. Fully trusting you guys. She, like, just steps out of the house. She leaves the door open. And you can see from the window, she is turned and is walking towards the barn.
Right. I'm just
You
gonna
look
drink my
funny.
coffee in silence. What?
She's poking Julian's burns. Like the old scarring. You look funny.
Victor kind of laughs.
You know who else looks funny? And
You're
Julian.
really skinny.
Hey Jasmine,
you
do you
so
want to meet?
pale?
Do you want to meet
you
my
not see
friend
the
Wrangler, Jasmine?
Wrangler?
Yeah. Do you like? Oh man, I realize with all the fucking snake jokes that this sounds really bad right now.
Oh
It
no.
does.
You are
fucking
being
kidding!
recorded. Just so you know.
I think I'm just not gonna do any build up to this, and I'll just open the jacket and let Wrangler peek out.
She squeals. And it's like she is terrified. She runs out of the house.
I immediately close the jacket back out.
God, fucking Julian.
Uh,
Victor is visibly fucking annoyed.
And Julian
what did
looks
I
really
just
happy.
say?
Babysitter. You want to
Julian
see
looks
my
really
snake?
happy. And he goes back to drinking his coffee in peace.
Victor looks to Julian just like, why did you do that?
She was poking me.
Oh my.
Couple minutes
She
pass.
said I look
Victor
skinny.
is
What the-
literally just like face palming and just like, why
He's
do
so
I
good with kids.
ride with these fucking people?
So, a couple minutes
Uh,
pass, and you see Mrs. and Mr. Rickshaw come in with their daughter, and Jasmine is clutching her mom's dress and is hiding behind her mom as she's pointing at Julian. Mommy, he had a snake! And she's like, honey, shush. People don't bring snakes into other people's homes. That's not nice of them.
Victor looks to Julian like giving him a death glare, just like.
Children, you have to. Her wild imagination. I'm so sorry. I know Jasmine's.
Oh,
she's a handful.
It's okay. She's so cute. You know, I don't know what she thought she saw, but it's all right.
Kids, you know how it is.
Yeah.
And
What can you do?
Andrew steps beside his wife, and when they stepped in, he was holding her waist, and he steps away from his wife, and introduces, I'm Andrew Rickshaw. It's my wife here has already told me all y'all's names. Deputy. What can I do to help y'all today? I hope everything's all right.
Yes. Victor, do you want to take over this part?
Victor kind of takes a break from drinking his coffee, just visibly at first just like frustrated with Julian's antics, but then he just kind of like namaste and just like calms himself down
Yeah.
and just kind of looks to him and gives a small nod. We've heard some information that we wanted to investigate on, and obviously we want to make sure things are in order, as it were. Go ahead and take a seat, Mr. Andrew, or Mr. Rickeshaw.
Alright. He shoots a cautious look to his wife, and she just nods, like, do what they say. And so, yeah, he sits down, and he's looking at all of you curiously.
Victor kind of puts the coffee down on a nearby table, just kind of setting it down. And then he kind of crosses his leg and just kind of like, we just wanted to do some investigation. It seems like one of the folks that made a delivery here recently, made note that when they came to deliver something here, there was affliction, as it were, that they encountered.
What sort of affliction? And who was it? Are they alright?
I don't know if you would recall, but a Billy?
Billy.
I don't know if you recall a Billy.
What happened to Billy? You see that he's sitting up now, and he shoots another look to his wife. His wife looks down to their daughter.
Do you want to help with Solomon really quick
Yeah,
first?
you go ahead and do what you gotta do. Okay. Looking around, there is nothing out of the ordinary. All the people in this room, every object in this room is inert.
Unfortunately, it seems like
Perhaps.
Except for Julian,
we should
but that's
have-
normal.
except for Julian.
Perhaps we should have Jasmine leave the room.
Clementine, she nods slowly. Jasmine, honey, do you want to help me with the cows outside? And she goes, okay, and she's just, her and her mother head outside, and now you guys are left with Andrew Rickshaw, And the little toddler's around somewhere. Don't really know. I'm
Oh,
sure that's
boy.
I'm sure that's not a problem.
Oh boy. Victor gives a quick nod to Julian for considering that. Because he didn't think about that for a second. But he kind of looks back to Andrew and is like, unfortunately, Mr. I don't even know his last name, but Billy met an untimely end
Oh no.
due to exhaustion or something, some sort of affliction.
Oh, Billy. Damn it, that kid. I told him he was working too hard. He looked like shit last time he came in and delivered us the wheat we had ordered for. I told him he's working too hard. Even offered him to sleep the night here, but he said he needed to get back home. Oh,
Victor
poor kid.
visibly raises an eyebrow. He arrived here as tired.
Well, yeah. Yeah, the last couple of times we've seen him in this half a week or so, he's been exhausted. I haven't seen nobody that tired like he was. I was asking
Victor
if he was
looks-
sleeping okay, and he says he sleeps, but he never feels good. I don't know. I thought maybe he was just overworking. I didn't think anything more of it.
Victor looks to the rest of the group, wondering perhaps this is not where they thought it was. Do you notice anybody else that makes visits here that from Lubbock by chance?
We don't get too much. We send out orders to Sunny. We get in things from their farm over there in Lubbock. Not really. You gotta excuse the wife and I. We kind of keep to our family whenever we're not dealing with orders outgoing or incoming.
And it's just you four?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hate that so much. Oh,
Outgoing. What do you bring out of here?
lumber. I'm sure y'all noticed the orchard behind the house. Yeah, lumber's our main export here, and we also do things like milk and eggs and not a whole lot in horse breeding, but we leave that to the stables over there in Lubbock. I can't remember their name, but
I can't remember their name either.
Honeymoon stables.
But you don't have anybody that works here other than you four?
No, I mean, once Jasmine comes of age, she's gonna start helping with the ranch duties, but really it's easy enough for the Clementine and I to handle.
I see. Seems like you got a mighty fine orchard going on here.
Oh, thank you. We've had it in our family for generations. There's many of those trees out there older than I am. But you can tell he keeps
this a
furrowing
family-
his brow. Like even
Oh,
with
God.
the subject changes, talking about his family and the ranch and the orchard, the news of Billy is weighing really heavily on him. They really liked Billy.
When was the first time you noticed him so tired? You said you seen him tired a couple deliveries now.
Yeah.
How many days ago was the first time?
His attention turns to Julian now. You have to forgive me. The days, they're all pretty similar. It all kind of runs in a blur, but I want to say maybe half a week to a week ago, maybe?
Did he say anything in particular that seemed kind of out of the ordinary?
Just that he was tired, but other than that, no. I mean, it's normal for a working boy like that to be tired. I mean, shit, I'm tired all the time, but it wasn't to the levels of that. I don't know. And I asked him if everything was okay at home, and he said everything was fine. And I asked him if work was too much, and he said nothing he couldn't handle. Maybe he was suffering from, I don't know. I should have been a better friend to that boy. He was a good sort.
Can I just visibly look him over to see if he's experiencing the same kind of like
yeah, you can
situation
certainly
that Billy was?
Yeah, do a notice roll. So you're like, while he's talking, oh wow. So while he's talking, yeah, you get a really good look at him, and his attention is directed on Julian right now. So you, Victor, you're able to get a real good. It's like before the SpongeBob hyper realistic, you know. And I mean, besides like he seems to be in his 40s, you know, and but so beyond just general adulting and being tired from doing ranch work all day every day, he doesn't seem like he's tired in the way that some people in Lubbock have been. He just
Okay,
average, normal human amounts of tired.
gotcha.
Just living life, and not an easy breezy life either.
Okay. Hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
sounds
you
to
can
me.
tell too, like he might be holding back tears a little bit hearing about Billy.
Hmm.
Sounds to me we can try to go around the farm, quick look around, inspect some stuff, and we can head on our way.
Of course, yeah, take all the time you need. If you need me to unlock anything, let you in anything, please don't hesitate. And he like you could tell like his voice is catching in his throat a little bit. The more he's talking, it's harder as it's finally sinking in. Like their delivery guy that they've probably been working with since he was old enough to drive a cart, Billy, has passed away. So he's kind of like going through that. The grieving is starting to begin. If I could ask a favor, y'all too, you heading back to Lubbock, I assume, after this?
Mm-hmm.
Could you please tell Billy's family that we're so sorry that the rickshaws will be there at the funeral?
We'll be more than happy to send the word.
Thank you.
Um.
And yeah, take your time. Anywhere you guys want to be, by all means. We got nothing to hide. So.
Have you noticed anything in particular outside of or anything out of the ordinary with your orchard?
He hesitates for a minute, and you can tell his eyes dart away for a second, and then he looks at you. Not anything worth reporting.
Can I suss that out?
Yeah. You can try to persuade him to tell you the truth or intimidate him to tell you the truth if you feel like he's not doing that.
I think I'll start with the persuasion.
Okay.
That way.
It's gonna be either or, because I'm not gonna let you guys like barrage somebody with the same kind of stuff but with different roles. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I think in this situation, since he's kind of grieving, Victor will kind of not use intimidation at all.
It's wise.
It's like,
It's kind.
we're here to help you, sir, and we're only trying to suss out the issues that are going on around here. You can tell us anything that you need.
Okay,
And
go ahead
yeah,
and do
I'll do
persuasion. Oh yeah, beautiful. All right, so after you do this, he brings a hand and wipes his eyes. You can tell he is really trying hard now to fight back the tears. You're gonna think I'm crazy, and it's probably just because it gets really hot during the day, and it's hard to see things sometimes. But so there was this one, and it was probably just something I made up in my head. But there was one day, on one of my oldest trees, something was tied to one of the branches. It was tied on the end of a rope, and I think it was one of my ropes, because I noticed a length of it was missing from the barn. And there was a leg, like the leg of something, like whenever you're butchering a deer or a cow or something, and you have the haunch from the carcass. No fur, no skin on it. Just a butchered leg of meat. I don't even know what kind of thing it was. It was about the size of a dog's leg, I'd say. I don't think it was a dog though. But It was just hanging from one of my trees. I saw it, and I thought, there's no way that could be. That's wild because obviously an animal didn't do that with a rope. And, so I retired for the day, and, I mean, I didn't tell my wife this, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't either. She's got enough to worry about with the kids. But, when I checked on it the next day, it was gone. So make that as you will. I don't even know if it was real, but it was there. At least I think it was. And that happened 2 days ago? I could even point you to the exact tree.
I think it would probably be in our best interest to investigate it, for sure.
He nods.
Yeah, we'll go through the whole farm and see if we can spot anything.
Of course. If you excuse me, I need to use the washroom.
Of course, take all the time you need, so.
Yeah, his voice kind of quivered a little bit as he said, "Excuse me." He's probably gonna have a second and cry for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Victor kind of takes another sip of his coffee before he stands up and starts getting himself ready to go out and investigate.
Before he disappears into the washroom, he goes, please don't tell Clementine about Billy yet, because we cared about that kid an awful lot. And, I mean, our daughter Jasmine, she had a little puppy love crush on him. I mean, he was, I don't know, 11 years, yeah, there was nothing, obviously, but you know how little kids are. She looked up to him and had a little thing for him, just because he was so nice to her, and, you know, and...
Of course.
So please don't say anything. I'll break the news to my wife tonight, but it's just, right now, is bad timing.
Of course, we won't say a word. And he gives a look towards Julian.
But, yeah, and then he gives you a very appreciative dip of his head, and he, bites his lip hard before going into the washroom. Alright, you guys are left to your own devices in the ranch house of the Rickshaws. And I believe that is where we're gonna end today's session.
Woo!
Mysteries afoot. What happened?
So many mysteries.
Yeah, you guys... So, like, remember how I said that you guys have yet to explore all the side quests of Lubbock?
Remember how many
We
times
got
I
all
keep trying
the
to go back to Dunmore?
Uh-huh.
And everybody else is like, let's go other ways.
Yup. Well,
We
We
have
got
to
so
go
many
back to
going on.
Dunmore.
We got so many side quests, man.
yeah, you guys
We're
have
just-
bounties, you guys have mysteries, different ones, too, that may
We're
or may
supposed
not...
to get a sheriff and a doctor back to Dunmore.
Yup. And you guys have only just gotten the doctor, maybe, you know, once you get confirmation.
I mean, we basically have a deputy now.
Basically.